All right, what's going on YouTube? It's going to be Dai coming to you from Pinku Style Podcast. Coming to you from Masao, Japan. It's Pinku Style Podcast. My bad, man. I had a long weekend as I was talking to Lexis with offline. We'll get into that later and everything, man. But right off the top, this is going to be probably the first one we done where we had a group. It's not live, but I'm going to post a link. The link's going to come up and everything. So in a little bit, you'll see people pop on once a link goes live and everything. So we'll do this more in the future, and we might make it a segment. I'm not going to do live is for the whole YouTube stuff and everything is just a little bit too time consuming, and it just doesn't always go right technically wise when you got different codes and stuff like that. So I won't really do live too much, but for these, we'll definitely do these if it's like big events or whatever. Just to have people kind of chime in a little bit and kind of get the viewers involved, those who want to be involved in everything. So again, probably about 15, 20 minutes from now. Actually about 10 minutes from now, some people might start chiming in. But anyway, Lex, man, again, thanks for your time, man. Thanks for coming along and everything. And I know you just got from the track. So before we get into the GT7 thing, man, just let everybody know what's up and everything and how the track went and stuff like that, man.
Yeah, man, track day all day, rushed home. I didn't even unload the car. I just put everything back in RV parking, pull cameras. Those are uploading on the computer right now. And now it's time to pie, baby. Today was a good day, though. Real dope.
Yeah, man. So, we talked a little bit offline, man. So, RX-8, man, what's the status on the personal best and stuff like that? Because I know that the new segment you're going to launch on your channel, which definitely cool.
Yeah, dude. Personal best is going to be like a new episodical situation, right?
Yeah.
I can afford to do so much shit, but the track days that I do, this season specifically, I'm not just going out to just drive. I'm going out to purposely be better, like put forth a personal best. So last year I was chasing overall lap time for RX-8s, and I figured this would be the best start for these episodes. Season 1, we are doing personal best. So I was able to go out and chase down a lap time that's kind of been a ghost to me as I'm getting back into grip from drift. I wanted to look up who had the fastest car that was similar to mine. Not race car. I can't deal with that. I don't have a budget with race cars. But street cars with a couple of mods, some that are more modded than mine, but something in the same realm of what I drive, and who had the fastest lap times. There's a fast lap time that they had. I was pretty close to it, but I wasn't able to get it the first 2 tries. Third time was a charm. I got that and then some. So the street car track prep RX-8 at Sonoma Raceway, the official transponder lap time, ain't no guessing, ain't no phone app with the GPS accuracy bit off. This is actual transponder, proven fact lap time.
Yeah.
They got the fastest RX-8 at Sonoma Raceway.
Man.
And on top of that, you know what I'm saying? We were entered into a race and we actually got some real hardware, baby. We took this little RX-8 and placed 3rd in my class for what my car. It's a tough class, to be honest. For what my car qualifies for, we placed 3rd in that. So that's pretty dope. I was caught off guard, surprised with that. Add some more hardware to my little area back there with the old trophy. And we'll try to grab a couple more through this season. But that means I have to commit to running the season. But I don't know. It'll be a good challenge. I'm not changing the car. Everything that the car is what it's going to be. And I'm up against some really fast guys. Sonoma, I feel, matches the car really good. But let's see what happens with these other tracks. So it was a good day out at the track. And now I'm back at home getting to relax. I wish I drunk. I would definitely have a beer or something right now.
Yeah. So you don't. I didn't know that, man. I guess I don't get in people's smoking and drinking. So you don't drink alcohol though, or oh shit. We probably mentioned before. It's something I don't bring up, man. Because when I bring it up, because I don't drink, I don't drink or smoke, man, and it's just I dabble. Everybody, I'm pretty sure you dabble with it and everything, but it's just like, man, this shit ain't for me, man. Like it ain't.
Yeah, I did when I was a kid, but I don't have any use for it now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I was like 16 or something, 16 to 18, I think I was.
Everybody. I think everybody goes to that trial phase, and you just. I think a lot of people, man, my bad, I'm just chatting with some guys. They ready to get on. I'm like, dude, just hold up, man. But definitely thanks for that, man. People want to chime in, but yeah, man, it's I don't know, man, like the whole drinking stuff, man. I would, if you could just look at how much money people save off of just not buying drinks and not buying like cigarettes, man. And then I got some buddies, that always like when I post stuff up, man. We've talked about it before. Always the I wish I could do this, wish I could do that, or must be nice dudes and shit. And it's like then they post some shit and they got Bacardi this, Bacardi that, Bacardi this, Puffy this, all this shit on the table, man. And it's like, man, I don't drink, but I know that shit's like at least $600 worth of drinks. You know what I mean?
Right? A stack of tires, $400, $5-6, right? A track day, $350. If I was really into drinking or something, that's that.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, and and people out there listening, man, we ain't watching. We ain't knocking it and everything, but it is what it is. It's like, hey, man, it's you do what you do out there, man. But at the same time, man, don't be sitting around like wishing for the world and you ain't putting the work in and everything. It's just like a dude who be like,
but
man,
that's the part though, putting the work in after you drink for that weekend.
Yeah,
3,000, 4,000 something calories.
Yeah.
Now I'm a cook snack ass nigga, right? So my cookie and snack ass can't handle that extra. You know what I mean? So I've been really like running up mountains and shit for the last week or so because with the motorcycle thing, I feel I'll be faster, thinner. So I got to work on myself. I don't have to work on that bike. I got to work on myself, riding and me as a physical being. But if I did any more than my energy drinks and snacks, the fuck, how much harder to work, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. It is. That stuff, man, is, for me, I'm 38. Yeah, I'll be 39 as soon as getting to forget your age and shit type shit. But it's like, I've been athletic and I've been lifting weights like since I was 13 and a half. I was taking creatine at 14. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So yeah, that shit said 18. I was like, all right, man, that shit's only 5 years away. I'll be good, man. I was taking it, and that shit probably because I'm like 5'11". That shit probably because you start young. People say it stunts your growth. I probably could have been like 6 feet or 6'1", but I start hitting the weights at 14 and taking creatine, man, and that's probably why I got fucking gray hair already. And I'm 38. And shit.
I think eliminate me because I'm 5'11".
Yeah.
And
I hate saying that shit, by the way, man.
What, your height?
Yeah, because it's like when motherfuckers say they actually like 5'10", I'm actually 5'11". I got measured, and the mohawk gives me like 6 feet now though, and everything.
Thing like I'm so for 5'11", 6 foot.
Yeah,
how nigga be like that fool's 6 feet. I ain't 6 feet, but I think my son's about to be taller.
It's probably because you fucking walk like a regular dude, man. Who like a lot of people notice, a lot, and that's how I walk like that. A lot of motherfuckers, man. I know. I was at the checkout, man. And, you're around people all day. You kind of stay in your zone. But this dude, Japanese guy, I could tell by the way he's standing that this motherfucker was like because you could tell when the Japanese
discipline.
Yeah, like
I already know.
Well, he had a hunch in his fucking back, like he was just used to like bowing and saying he's sorry and shit. Yeah, he was he was already fixed in that position, like. He's ready to apologize at any minute because he's gonna fuck some shit up. I'm like, dude, get some fucking. I'm looking at his son, and his son is standing straight up, and I'm standing straight up and everything. And his son, I looked at him. His son, no shit, like looking at the way I was standing up, he like straightened up even more. And
he was a man.
I'm like, yeah, he's like he gonna have more backbone than his father and shit. Motherfuckers, just he walking around and man, my bad, it's my part store. I'll get back in. But
my pot does kung fu and shit, and I've always looked at him and been like, damn, that nigga looks powerful.
Yeah,
because he walks like this. he walks like a fucking anime character. Like he walks like the grand fucking master. It's just like chest up, shoulders back,
right?
And it's just, you know what I mean. And I like years ago, like in like 2001, 2002, I was noticing that, and I was like, damn, I want to look powerful too. So I started walking. You know what I'm saying? I used to walk. You know what I'm saying? What the shit going on, but then I started walking like, yeah, I mean, chest up and out, and you know, straight forward, because it looks like power.
Yeah, it does, man. It's like that's one of I do that because it's a lot. I mean, we spend like the fucking phones. You know, unfortunately, you're like, I try not to be like this, so I try to hold it like away so I can look at it, because like that shit's starting to affect people, man. Like your posture and all that stuff, and like and most people like they don't realize they're walking like hunched over. In the military, that's one of the things I definitely, you know, one thing I didn't do it before the military, but after the military, definitely learned how to march and all that stuff. Like I can't stand motherfuckers when they drag their feet, man. Like,
oh, I hate that too,
bro. It's huge in Japan. Like it's huge in Japan. I'm talking about all classes. Yeah, it's huge. Like my wife, I'm like, pick your fucking feet up, man. Like, man, that's,
I don't put shuffle shit. It's like boop, plop, boop, plop,
yeah,
plop.
I'm talking about they drag their shit, bro. Like
I can't stand it.
And you know, and I kind of give the dudes who you wear like Crocs a pass a little bit, but not always, not all the full way. But yeah, man, that's just like a big thing, and people be hunched over. Even when I'm doing this podcast, I don't know why I feel like I'm in a scene, but I'll be like kind of like leaned over and everything, but just sitting up and everything, man, because that shit fucks up your back, man. But anyway, I'm gonna post this shit right now, and it's because it's 10:29. So we should get some people, make sure the thing go on. So anyway, guys, like I said, we're doing a little bit. We're gonna talk about it before, but I don't want to fucking, you know, talk about it and then talk about it again. So we'll do it as the people pop in. I shared it on a few different groups and everything, and I'm about to share it again. So what we're gonna do is we got people with this. I put out the link to the Skype group. We gotta have Skype. Zoom, it's cool, but I like Skype better because it works better on my software. And Zoom, I got to open up browsers and shit like that, and I don't want to do that. So so that's why I use Skype.
A little bit, I guess, before so we can get our independent ideas out.
Yeah.
So Gran Turismo 7 finally has been released as a solid date and time, and not only did they do that, they gave us a big presentation on the gameplay. Actual physical gameplay.
Right.
You know, Gran Turismo is the type of situation that they take forever.
Oh, we got somebody up in there. Who's this? Who's this joining us right here? What's going on? What's going on?
What's going on, guys?
Not much, man. Thanks for joining the party, man. Already, Lex said, I'm Donnie, by the way, and Lex was saying that you're going to jump on it, man. So thanks for being the first person to jump on. And
see, this is what I'm talking about with Turismo, though, bro. Because I'll just say, Turismo takes forever to put a project out. So when I say GT5, that's damn near 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But this is the type of things that happen, right? You meet people when you're playing in these online lobbies.
Right.
And then you just be the homies forever. Like, I've known Trigger forever now from Gran Turismo. You know, he's FD events when I'm there, so we've got to physically meet. But this is my dude from GT way back in, I don't know what, like 06, 07-ish, I think.
Yep. 06,
you know what I mean? So this is what I'm saying. This is why I like, and this is why they need to keep making these titles, because we get to meet likewise car enthusiasts that you just,
I mean, seem like us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. You look up and you be on every night with the homies, and you spend at least 4 or 5 hours chopping it with the homies, driving with the homies. You get the ideological way that they think as far as cars go and builds, and then you get to be as an individual when you build and modify your cars anyway. So you get to see everybody's style and how they drive, and the shit cool. So I like the fact, GT Sport kind of stifled us, like, because it locked you into GT car racing. For us that like it, it was cool. But for people that I just want to play and have fun and build dope cars, it kind of GT Sport was kind of like kind of had fools pigeonholes. So like Trig, like I know you hyped to jump in and make some creative shit.
Oh yes, definitely. Well, shit, it's I came a long way since that controller, man.
Still
I
now,
got the wheel,
yeah,
got my seat, and we finna get it moving.
Yeah.
We finna get it jerking. So now that I'm now streaming, now I'm trying to push a
Yes,
little
sir.
note now, and trying to actually get this merch too going. You know what I mean? So I've been watching a lot of y'all, and I've just been taking in the game and taking all the conversations we've been having a long time now,
Yeah.
and just blossoming off of it. So,
And Trigger, real quick, man,
Definitely.
where can people find you on? Are you on IG, Facebook, any of that stuff, man?
IG is Triggered Media.
Trigger Media.
Triggered.media.
Trigger.media.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Trigger.
What,
Spell it out. Triggered.media.
yeah, Triggered. Yeah, TRIGGERED.
Oh man,
Dot media.
The GGER words, man, you might get banned off this shit, man.
IGGI. Spelled it out. Yeah.
All right, got you, man. Trigger Media got that, man. But again, man, thanks for. I mean, because man, I'm just gonna hit people up as they join in, man. So Trigger, when did you start jamming on Gran Turismo? Since this is the theme of the podcast, man.
Bro, I've been playing Gran Turismo since Gran Turismo 2, bro. And it's just been an ongoing thing. It was like, okay, I took a break from gaming because I was into some other stuff, and then came right back to it, and then it's just been an ongoing thing. I jumped into a lobby randomly, ran into Lex, ran into Jay, and it's been drifting and racing ever since.
Yeah.
I fell in love with the GR3s, and it's been that ever since.
Yeah. Cars, yeah. Mm-hmm. And see, that's the cool thing about what we're getting back to the numbered series now, because with the numbered series, we're not just locked in on just specifically those race chassis cars. We get back to the essence and the element of what Gran Turismo from GT1, what it actually was. I used to have cars, and this is where I started to get into the buying of multiple cars. You would have an MR2 or something, and you'd be like, oh man, this MR2 is sick. Oh shit, I could make it a race car. But you still liked it as a regular street car too. Yeah. So you had two of them. You'd make one a car, make one a street car, and jam out. And I like that we're getting back to that, the individual modifications, making cars race cars, and the fact that who doesn't want a wide body a street car now? You know what I mean? Now we can get to wide bodying. I personally got wide body RX-8s, wide body FCs, you know what I mean? And it's just like making the fitment. That's what ironically, the only thing I liked about Need for Speed and then CarX Drift. I'd spend hours on hours making a real world alignment fit really good and look really good on fender clearance, so that I could steer full lock and not clip through the fenders, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And as we look at this right now, you see that goddamn RX-8, don't you? Yeah.
The first picture you posted was RX-8, man. So I mean, so far, man, like for both of y'all, man, what's from the video? Because I only watched it once, and then I watched a few other videos where the dudes dissect and try to look at all the Easter eggs, man. What's the thing so far that's caught your attention, or the thing you're looking most forward to?
Well, on that bug, if you notice, it had an 01 Porsche engine in it.
Yeah. But you notice how I was talking to Lex Trigger. You notice how they kind of really didn't. They kind of like they glossed over it though. They didn't really. They didn't really They didn't talk. They showed the normal air cooled 72 engine, and then they showed that motherfucker. I'm like, man, they ain't no tires doing that.
Not a regular engine in that.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
but Ori and them, they want you to enjoy the cars as they're made.
Yeah.
Make a couple modifications to adjust them, but that's it. So they've kind of been putting the ironclad stronghold on us. It's like, nah, we don't want you to make cars like they do in Forza. Make it look how you want to, but drive it as is presented to you. So I don't know. I don't know if I could be convinced yet because of the history the Casanori's had.
Right.
I don't know if I'm convinced yet that we do have engine swaps, but I did see that and I was like, Wait a minute.
But they're going to kind of. It's like I watched. Of course, I went down a rabbit hole, watched a bunch of other guys. So I don't want to sound like a regurgitator. I had the same thoughts. Like you just mentioned, the wide body. They're not going to allow it. They're not going to let you wide body up prior to Ferraris. So I mean, it's going to be selective towards what you can do, wings and stuff like that. Of course, we already know. We've been in the game for a long time, so we know which cars are going to allow you to mess with, and which cars are going to be kind of locked based off the licensing. Ferrari don't want motherfuckers putting Ferrari's Ferrari, so they're going to keep it like that, man. So my thing is, I've always had open mind to all of them. And we're all older cats, so I'm not sure we get a younger cat in here soon, but we're older cats, so we kind of take it as is. You know what I mean? Is a game, is cool, and then we go out and live life. And these other dudes are like, they're invested like too much. They got that shit, like that shit's in their heart. And I'm like, bro, you know what I mean? Just relax a little bit, play the game, and then go do some other shit. Go fill some titties or something, man.
Only one fill some titties, goddamn. Am I the one that is excited deep down inside about GT Auto being back?
Yeah.
About
peep those prices on those cars though, man, right?
But we gonna hold we always call in Gran Turismo, always hit the money cap out thing, man. But just the simple fact that the animations are back.
Right.
I hated getting a car and moving a slider on performance. I hated that shit. It took all the soul out of it. The car didn't visibly change. It didn't do anything for me. It was just like, oh yeah, you got a faster car now.
Right.
But though, going to GT Auto and seeing the little animations of the dudes working on the car, making it different, washing it, changing your oil.
Right.
Now, this is so facetious, but 4 little niggas run on each corner of the car and start pulling that shit wide. That's hilarious to me. You know what I'm saying? That kind of shit.
Sir.
That makes that experience better, right? We know you don't make a car wide by pulling on the fenders, but that is hilarious as fuck. Like that.
No, Lex, that shit, man. You drive nice cars, you drive like Mike said, you drive nice shit, man. But like I've definitely like pulled on some. I've definitely took the bolts out the fucking fenders. And pull that shit over because I was at the track and I had no fucking roller or take the little bar, stick that bitch under the wheel and do an on track fender roll. But that's like a different car, you know what I mean? That's a different,
The roll is you go millimeters, put that motherfucker in there, jack the car up,
Well, you know how you sometimes you had the wheels a little bit too wide, or you got the car a little bit slow, but you don't want to fucking take the wheels off and raise it up. Just do that quick on track, like put that bitch in reverse. And
and
let that pipe do the thing and everything, man. So, but those
are the small things I feel like I'm missing from the GT experience out of the numbered series. Like sport was this whole other thing.
Right.
Auto is amazing. GT Auto's great. You could go there, get your mods done, and sit there and just look at the car like, damn, that shit is clean.
Right.
And I hope nobody have the same setup I'm doing. Right. You know what I mean? You want to get back to an online lobby and bust out this new car that you just tuned and remade and the cafe thing. I think it's needed. I personally didn't really like over the moon about it, but learning the history, because Gran Turismo has always had an automotive history on it. They give you the history and they've kept historic cars in it. So going and sitting at the cafe and listening to shit like that, I guess it's cool. It's got a cars and coffee element to it.
Yeah.
But I think and speaking of historic cars, y'all just saw that Testarossa, right?
Yeah.
We never had no Testarossa.
Yeah, man.
I can't wait to drive that.
I'm putting some beef.
So let me ask you, man, top 5 car? Well, it's kind of hard to say because they're going to keep rolling out, man. What's the let's say top 5? Let's say top three cars you're looking to get, get into right away.
I like the standard body S30 Fairlady Z. I like the RX-8 for sure. Lord Jesus, they done gave me an RX-8. Have y'all seen the GT350? Oh my God!
Yeah,
bruh. That thing was wonderful looking for sure.
And so we not only have the road car, the GT designed road car, the wide body, but we have the regular S550 Mustang, and we have the GT350 Mustang. Now, I'm just inherently a Mustang fan. What other Mustang bodies will we see? I don't know. I hope we see some others. I would love for them, just because of how they left off with GT6, the Boss Mustang, the Boss 302, or the GT500,
right.
a 2014. I would love to see that. But my top 3 cars are going to be the Testarossa, the S30Z, the GT350, the RX-8, and I'm kind of going to reserve like my standard shit. Of course, an FC, but maybe a new car. I don't know. Maybe it's going to be S15, maybe, if I could make it look how I want it to look. Yeah. I'm going to be hyped.
So they kind of again we used to it, man. We used to, since they started doing the stuff live on, live in the E3 and all that stuff, they kind of, because you don't want to give out everything. So they gave a lot in 40 minutes, but you could tell again, with the engine stuff we talked about, they kind of just played it. The dude ain't talk. Then he kind of they elaborated on what they wanted to, but they wanted to leave certain shit a mystery. So the biggest thing is, like, back with GT1, GT2, when you click the race mod and then your shit modified and changed. So I think they're gonna bring that back, and then like S15 for sure going to be able to wide body. As far as is it going to be like the Pandem, the Rocket Bunny, or whatever? Is it going to be different kits, or just a fixed one?
That S15 is a different S15 than the race model S15 we had.
Yeah.
It's not the same S15.
Yeah.
So was that a race modified S15? Do they have the regular Gran Turismo race S15 in there anymore? So right. Those are cool things I'm ready to look at. Trigger, what cars are you waiting to drive?
Yeah.
Man, my GTR, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we can get that CTSV. I'm praying.
Oh my God,
CTSV, bro. If we get that CTSV, it is over, bro.
Hammers.
I'm telling you now.
Oh, wow. but while we're going, you see that smoke? That was the GT5 smoke.
Yeah.
That wasn't that GT wispy shit.
Yeah.
That was you can't see if you too far behind.
Yeah, and they made it more thicker, man. It's just. Yeah, that's why I got it running, because as we talking, it'll so much stuff that happened in the video. It didn't seem like 40 minutes, and like the again, man, I'm waiting for the because this is a new era, man. Again, we're old school, so we used to kind of get in the game and putting that bitch in, and what's on that disc is on that disc. Now, since GT what DLC started, like GT5, GT6,
4 or 5,
yeah. So
it was the Prelude GT HD. Yeah. GT5, that's when we started getting all the downloaded extra shit.
So like now it's normal. Like it's normal, but they didn't hit us with what's that fucking game that came out and they got sued. And it was all hype. The futuristic game. Cyberpunk. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that shit, I was watching the gameplay and then that shit just stopped. Like they got sued. Like that game was fucked, man. And
I think because of the fact that you remember when the gold disc went to print, that meant everything was done.
Right.
This is everything that's needed. Maybe if we think of something later, cool, but this is everything that's needed. But now the gold disc is just like, here's what we got so far. We got some more things coming. So I personally am glad we got a lot of those original the original tracks back. I would love to see more of our like Grand Valley Autumn Ring Mini, and how we was giving it up on Autumn Ring. You know how we was giving it up on Autumn Ring Mini. So I would love to see our Autumn Ring Mini back, but I'm glad we got Trial Mountain, Deep Forest, things like that back. I would love to get back Sonoma. I don't think Sonoma's been in Gran Turismo since 3 or 4. So we got Laguna Seca, we got all the Willow Springs, we got all these other tracks, but Sonoma Raceway, if we can get that back, especially with the physics that they said they have as far as the atmosphere and everything, they said certified by different drivers, Lewis Hamilton, other GT drivers, the lap times that they're achieving in those cars in real life and on the game, when driven the same, they get well within a couple tenths of their real world counterparts. So that is something that I really want, because I can go to Laguna, I can go down south to Willow Springs, but Sonoma's literally right here. I've just been in Sonoma all day, came home just in time to have dinner and everything. I can go to Sonoma every time I feel like it, anytime there's a track event. That being able to have a certified amount of lap times on Gran Turismo, because of course I will jump on Project Cars and all that other shit, but the Gran Turismo physic is what I've been raised on, and it has helped me in real life. The proof is in the pudding.
Right.
It has drive in real life, experiencing a track with the actual sizing and curving of the track and the surface and the width, because certain games don't really get it right.
Right.
It's not as wide.
Right, it's not as wide, right? And the VR shit makes a big difference in that. And then that's I mean, on that real quick, man, the VR I didn't see nothing about VR in there. That's one thing I didn't see.
You see that? Yeah, they tell me something about VR, because all of this shit is good. Going to get an 8K TV to play this shit on the 5.
Yeah.
But because this is really 4K minimum now.
Yeah. Right.
The game is set up. This is 4K minimum.
Because the VR shit is really, because even when I got the little 44-inch downstairs with the what's that goddamn Assetto, but like now dudes got like a little monitor now, because you don't fucking need no screen no more. You got the VR.
But
so
we'll keep it fun though,
because
VR does not look as good as your monitor does.
Yeah, that's true.
But the immersion that you get is wild. So I could take that drop-in visual to get the VR when I'm doing time trials, trying to figure out tracks, things like that. But look at that lighting, dog.
Oh yeah.
Pop my 8K joint up on this wall, and I start getting into it. That shit is nuts.
Right.
The physical change that you're about to see with this rain, we not only
that's gonna be nuts.
Only get atmosphere change, we get fog, we get the rain actually happening. It pools up in certain places. If it isn't raining as hard, if you follow the line will dry out a little bit more than the rest of the track. They're doing a time lapse through it, but you're gonna notice fog it come. See that fog? Is dope as shit, dude. So that is really.
With that though, it looked like it's probably gonna be based. Probably if you do a group, it's probably gonna be based off the hosts, because they can't account for Japan, California, or wherever. So if it's gonna be a room with dynamic weather, it's probably gonna be based off the host's time zone. So
it's always been regional. They've always said regional. Yeah. When we look for drift events and really venture out to go put the beats on people, we would go into Japanese rooms or Europe rooms and shit like that. But just the simple fact that we're going to get that actual dynamic, that's going to be hot. Now, they claim the sunrise in the West Coast is going to look like the sunrise on the West. That sunrise is different over here on the West. That shit hit different. You be in Wyoming, I don't know, nigga, the sun just be up. But we get because we got the water in the air. We're right on the coast. We get the colors. They say it's going to be like that. The sunsets in Japan are going to be crazy because you guys are the same thing. You're an island. So you're going to get those colors. So they say they've done it to the point where sunrises, sunsets, they look relative to their actual geographical area where the track is. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So wherever, like Tsukuba, wherever it is there, and they've got the astrology mapped properly 100%. So let's say you're out there in December. The sky is going to be the same if you were out there in December and looked up. So we're going to have to see, because Project Cars claim that as well. They said they had the sun, the moon, the stars, and galaxies in proper order.
So So on that, man, like what do you think about? Because again, what I'm trying to like, because again, I don't want to be again. I know we ain't like that. I don't want to sound like a biased dude, but like I'm just thinking about the stuff they didn't mention. So one thing, we still got the crisscross hands. They're not going full lock the lock. We've seen that. And I know they can do it. It's like if them motherfuckers can emulate the sun, they could definitely make the dude hand goes like that. But they gotta have that reason why they don't want to do this. And then the damage, they didn't say nothing about damage or stuff like that and what have you. So I mean, we know GT. We know GT has never been a hit a wall and your shit explode. They just never been about that. You know what I mean?
I tell my boy all the time, just for fuckboys to play like that, I wish you crashed into the wall. Your car would blow up, kill your driver. You got to start off 0 with a new driver and everything.
Right. I mean, they did have. I mean, of course, the guys that don't know, they do have, like, I mean, when you got hit, you would feel like your wheel would kind of go a little crooked and shit, and things like
so damage.
Yeah.
So that, like the haptics, yes. So supposedly when we're using this new wheel, the Thrustmaster, the way that it's set up, impacts from the right, you're gonna feel impacts from the right on the steering wheel. You're gonna be able to feel those dynamic things that you feel, because plus, if you look at it, if you paid attention to in-car view, have you seen there's more movement to the chassis independent from the driver now?
Yeah.
So it's not just the forward back with acceleration. Now, if you go over bumps, you can see the chassis wiggle, which is something that a set of courses had. And I've always thought that was really cool because, when I'm in the car and I'm doing all kind of shit, I'm moving independently from the chassis. The shifting, when you grab the shifter, the body movements are a little different, grabbing the gear. They've done a good job. But, just that hand over hand most. At least it's not like Forza where you got the big mitten hands. And this. You kind of get a crossover. But, I don't know why they don't do the hand over hand. But I'm kind of okay with the crossover because if you think about
you're not really that's all you're doing. You're not really, we definitely
you're not 3-point turn.
Right. Dude, I had a motherfucker. I had a gaming party like down here, which only had one since COVID hit. And the dude was, I'm like, dude, what the fuck you doing, man? It's like you driving like a fucking Oldsmobile and shit. He's palming. He was palming a fucking wheel. Like, I'm like, nah, bro. Like, hold your fucking steering wheel and you go like this and everything, man. But Trigger, man, on you, man. Like, I mean, of course, we're in the future right now with 7, man. We haven't played 7 yet to date, man. What's your favorite numbered GT series and why, man?
I'm gonna say 5 because that's when the guys came and play. Like I said, I've learned a lot from these guys. A lot of my life has changed because of the lifestyle of cars and just being around good guys. It's changed a lot. It's changed a lot for me. And so now my outlook on everything, that's my favorite game to go to. And I'm thinking about certain things and just past times. It's like, you know what? I'm going to shoot Lex a text real quick. I might bug the crap out of
And we used to spend hours on that joint.
Hours, bro.
So
hours.
GT5 was where everybody was doing the because dudes were doing like the engine swaps by the codes and stuff. Yeah, because I had the Prowler with the 787. I had the pink Prowler with the 787B engine, and I pull up with that shit. And motherfuckers like, what the fuck is that? And like that shit.
That's another. That's another reason why I'm glad that they brought Deep Force back because we used to do trains through that. GT with the Mustangs, RX-7s, RX-8s, anything you think of.
Brought up that CTSV because remember I used to be mobbing the CTSV. Jay was on the Mustang. He was Mustang king and everybody. And it was just, and you had the GS. Like we used to spend. That's why I really liked about that, because see what GT Sport did is if you have the drift room, you're locked in that. So that's why we always do like the free, I think it was. I forget. I haven't gotten on GT Sport in a minute, but I think it was just kind of like the free play, the open. But we used to be able to go change it to a drift, change it to a race, change it to inside that lobby, and that was really dope. They really constricted us on GT7, or I'm sorry, not GT7, but GT6 and GT Sport. So I want to see the element and experience from online go back to what it was for GT5 with this new GT7 platform, because GT5 they almost let the prisoners run the yard. We was running amok on GT5, having an absolute blast. It was the best experience of Gran Turismo, and I'm glad they brought the maps back and everything, because we were able to change our car. We've always been able to do everything but mod the cars there in the lot.
Man,
you know what I mean?
It seemed like the list got, like, even just looking at it, that's why I got the video running, because it jogged the memory. But like the parts, and then like they showed it for a quick bit, but the tuning looks more. See right there, the tuning looks way more like you scrolling over and shit now. The tuning looks more.
Yeah. So here's the thing that I've always wanted, because this is what I've always hated. Regular little bozos are gonna jump on racing part the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nah. Let me take this from this, take this from that, take this from this, take this from that. I'm gonna make a dope ass street car. Let me take this from this and this from this black plot of categories. This, like, I want to see what the mix and match does, because if we can tune stuff,
it's really your shit.
Right.
Really our shit, right? Like, make a small turbo engine operate with crazy mid range.
Oh man, I'm just thinking about I'm just thinking about the rooms and this shit. I'm just thinking about the motherfuckers who really know shit. It's like it's gonna be a different dynamic, and then like you got a room, because I don't know what they're gonna the room's gonna be set by PP or fucking performance points. I think they might or might not use that, but whatever. If you set an unlimited room and it's like run what you brung, I mean it'll get crazy quickly, or you got to put a cap on it, like rear wheel drive, all wheel drive, or whatever, to kind of keep motherfuckers from bringing in LMP cars and some dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but it is, again, man,
the P is just holding you to this area.
Yeah.
Because what you could do in PP, something that isn't relegated in PP, is weight.
Right.
So you say, here, this PP, somebody gonna put all the power up and drop a little bit of torque and this and that, but they're gonna have the car as light as possible. But that's not under the PP restriction. So then you're like, man, why is blood so fucking fast? Because we're playing by the rules,
right?
And they're playing on exploitations. Exploitations
with the wide body
ruins.
Yeah,
you exploiting this situation. You're not playing under, which is fine, because people can play however they want. I just want to be able to kick your stupid ass out my fucking room.
Yeah. I mean, well, shit. That's how the GT. Because I'm pretty sure a Trigger. You're on GT Planet. Well, you got to count, because I'm on there, but I don't. Man, since Facebook kind of took off, like, GT Planet is like one of the only forums, and credit to GT, that's still active. Like one of the only forums that's still active, and you click on it and everything comes up. I mean, I'm on Zilvia. I'm on, man, my birthday. That's when I remember all the forums, because I get all the fucking happy birthday shits now. I'm on like 30 different, man, 30 might be an understatement. I'm on all the forums, man. And, but you look on half of them, take that back. Nico Club is probably one of the, Nico Club is still kicking. Zilvia, I think, is still around. But all the rest of them, the GTR UK and SAU, but the Gran Turismo forum is one of the most active and complete forums right now. I know for without a doubt, without even checking the facts, man. But so that community is big, but you notice you never see those fucking rims though. Like you never
GTP.
Yeah, you never.
I live there to see what is official or not. You hear all these things, these rumor videos. But if it ain't certified on GT Planet, which they still have that to me, if they ain't certified on GT Planet, I just be like, I
don't even, because I had the GTP shit for a little bit, and I'm running around with it, and it would be cool, because people would, when they see the GTP tag, they were like, oh shit, this dude's kind of fast, or whatever, blah blah blah. But man, that shit, I try to get down with them, man, but it was like, man, fuck these dudes, because they kind of had that ELA shit going on, and then like I'm like, bro, I race for real, man. I'm a pro fucking drifter, and I got different shit going on, and I'm just doing this for fun. So I'm not about having some dudes I don't fucking know online telling me what I can and can't do. So I'm like, nah, this shit, they control a little bit too much, man. But it is what it is, man. But again, like Trigger, we're in the same boat, man. Like I say with Lex, we met. I don't know when, man, but it was right when online started happening, because I didn't do Call of Duty online. Like I was a Metal Gear guy. And Metal Gear is not, Metal Gear is, you do your own thing and shit. not really a co-op.
Right.
As far as I don't know now, Metal Gear might be different now. I think it is. They got like the online.
So it's mostly still do your own thing.
Okay.
Now, so.
Yeah.
On Metal Gear, but
Yeah.
I haven't seen a new Metal Gear Solid in I don't know how long.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Well, after Snake Eater shit, I didn't play it, man, because I'm like, man, I'm really building these cars. I just ain't had time to really sit down and play it, because I remember Solid. I mean, I ran through that game like fucking 8 times just because, you know what I'm saying. And it's then the one after Solid, the first one on I think PlayStation, the writing dude in there. After that, that's the last one I beat. I think that was PlayStation 2 or 3. I can't remember. But yeah, man. Anyway, man. One thing, Lex and Trigger, I'm not sure if you heard, man, was the Microsoft offered to buy either Sony or buy PD. And
no, Microsoft did.
Yeah, I was like, my buddy posted. I was like, man, nah, that's not happening. Because if they do that and they sell out, then you know it's gonna go to PC, and then that'll be like what everybody like. Oh, well, we was waiting for it to go to PC and this and this.
Who runs the Call of Duty franchise? What production house is that?
I don't know.
But Activision. Xbox.
Yeah.
But PlayStation fired back buying Bungie. So I think the wars are still good because it's best for the consumers when the wars are going on. So now you've got the Bungie tribe of whatever they make is going to be pure Sony. Activision dudes are going to be pure Xbox eventually. But see, the thing that sits there in its own is this Polyphony Digital. We get this thing that is the closest thing to a sim, one of the original sims, because now Assetto Corsa is on console, and Project Cars shit the bed, and their head man in charge is telling everybody to smoke dicks,
right?
And fuck you don't know real entertaining gaming. That bullshit they pulled with Project Cars 3 was like, yo, what the fuck did y'all do this for?
It's just, you know what it is, man? It's like it trigger. Like for real quick on Trigger, man. Do you do are you a Trigger Media? Do you do like any? What do you do, man? If you could speak on that a little bit, like, you know, for your daily grind and everything.
Well, now I'm for work I work over at night, bro. Supervising a bunch of guys.
Okay.
For the actual channel, it's I try to do videos and edit videos, put them together. I make cinematic stuff. Take pictures, you know what I mean, photography, and now with the streaming and gaming and stuff. So
okay.
And
I'll definitely give you. I mean, I'm put it down on my thing. I'll definitely give you a follow and everything, man. Because again, Lex definitely mentioned you a couple of times and everything. So I'm gonna throw that on there. But the reason I asked that, man, is because, you know, being because we all content creators in here. So nobody else dropped in yet. We all content creators, and it's like I know we all been in that point where we post some shit where it was like it really wasn't like. Kind of before I came online, I went down south to Tokyo. I was in Tokyo the other day, which is 8 hours down south. And the front part of my video, the files got corrupt. I know you dealt with it before. We've all dealt with corrupt files. You do a transfer, you waste. So I missed a big portion of my video, which was some drama shit. I was about to roll my truck over like on a mountain, bro. Like it was about to be really expensive and bad really quickly. And I made it off the mountain, and I recorded that shit, and it was real raw feelings, because I'm like, my heart rate went up a little bit, but not a lot, because I've been in combat 3 years. I've been in Iraq 3 times, so it'll take a lot to get me to that point where I'm fucking 130, you know, beats per second or whatever the fuck it is. So I'm like, man, I told Lex, dude, I was thinking about what I'm gonna say to the customer, because I rolled your shit off the mountain, and just kind of bracing myself, because I was like, dude, I was in a place where basically Google Maps took me down the road, and I normally look, but I looked and I'm like, all right, this looks cool. And when I got up the hill, ice hill, snowing, I got 2 cars on a trailer. And when I got to the uphill portion, there was no going back. And the road went from a 1 car to a fucking a half car lane, like a wide enough for like an MR2. And my bad, like AZ1, not even the big size MR2. So I'm on the road and it's snow and it's a fall off on both sides. And I'm like, man, and I was like, man, and I was going to actually scrap the video and not upload it because that part of the video, like it just, you know what I mean, after everything is cool and I'm on the highway, like that shit's kind of boring. You know what I mean? So it was like, I'm thinking in my man, should I put this shit out or just trash it? And I think we all been through the phase where we put some shit out before and it wasn't really like the context wasn't there, stuff like that. And going to Project Cars 3, making a long ass fucking circle. I just think they just putting shit out to put shit out now to keep up with these kids now. Instagram who just put shit out every day, and I'm like, bro, just save that shit for a couple weeks or a week, get some content behind it, and then throw it out, and you'll get a better. But everybody's scared to lose their buzz.
Better reaction to it.
Everybody's scared to lose those fucking followers because they're like, oh man, that dude ain't posting 24 hours, man. Fuck this dude. You know what I mean? Like, dude, relax, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's how much.
Yeah, I hold on to stuff. I haven't released a lot of stuff that I have.
Yeah.
But when I release it, I want it to be one of those things that is like, oh shit, oh no, what's that? Boom, hit the like button. Or how can I get a print of that? How can I get? Are you going to release a video of this? Or an entire? I want the questions to come. You know what I mean?
Right.
I want people to be really interested when I do drop stuff.
Right.
But sometimes when I drop stuff, I just drop it out of nowhere, and Lexi hit me and was like, "Yo, what was that?"
Yeah.
It was like, oh no, something I've been sitting on, but here it goes. Right. Like now I've been figuring out my logos and those things. And when I dropped the logo, everybody was like, "Whoa, wait, where'd you get that? How'd you do that?" And it was something simple that I've just been sitting waiting to throw out there. And it was like, okay, I actually did what I was supposed to do this time, and it worked. So that's what I kept, and I kept it growing.
Hey, and y'all, this man's reactions. There'd be times something happen in the online lobbies, and this nigga Trigger start laughing. This nigga laugh will make the whole fucking room bust up laughing, right? So when these reaction videos and he start dying laughing at something, that shit could already be funny. But when this nigga start laughing, it's like you gotta laugh with it because the shit is just hilarious.
Well, I'm at the end, man. Well, like what I'll do is I'll follow everybody that joins in, and I'll get y'all the PS4, with the PSN tags. And I definitely look forward to like linking up with you, Trigger, man, getting on there because I got 3 rigs downstairs. And everything, man, man, before COVID, my plan was to kind of, because people like, oh man, you got to shop, you don't have parties or whatever. Like, man, I got business to run, but all I was planning on doing is every Friday night or Saturday morning, having like a little gathering, like a little tournament, give away $100 for the first place, blah blah blah. But you know, man, COVID hit us. I don't want to be a fucking the super spreader party and shit. So I'm like, let me chill on that shit. So COVID kind of fucked a lot of stuff for me the last 2 years for us coming to America to drive, but I'm definitely looking forward to getting on there with y'all and chopping it up and seeing what it is, man. So, you know what I mean? It's cool, man. Again, we all older cats, and it's like, you know what I mean? I think I can speak for all of us, man, where we're going to enjoy it and for what it is and what's to come. And I'm looking forward also to just a lot of guys coming over from Forza now because they're going to see that the library editor is even more advanced. The engine swaps, you know what I mean, they're tight. So it's like all the shit that they've said they didn't play it for, it's now in G. It's now in G. Well, go ahead.
They gonna complain. Your niggas engine some shit. But see, here's the point, right? Assetto Corsa sounds like shit. Okay, on console it sounds like shit. If you have it on Xbox, it sounds like shit. On computers, so many people in the community are adding to audio and improving and everything. That always flourishes. But the point of the matter is, ain't no sound ever stopped me from driving good. No. You know what I mean? Yeah. I need to drive. If it sounds all right, relative, and there's some cars that are shining star examples. Some cars sound amazing, but they only, you know, everybody's so used to hearing, let's straight pipe it or cat delete. And they're used to hearing obnoxiously loud, grumbling cars. Yeah. But with the actual exhaust on it, how cars sound in real life, a lot of them do sound like that on Gran Turismo. Right. Yeah. Now, interior sounds epic, exterior sounds like, boy, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, that's it was funny, man, because I seen you call somebody out right there on everything. So we got somebody.
Oh, who is that?
Hey, what up?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, man? Well, let me resize it, man. But we getting right into it and everything, man. So that's Drew right there, man. And he like those Mustangs and everything. I don't really care about those things too much.
Boy got
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Spot body again. Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
Guy now drifts in real life an independent rear suspension Fox body with a Coyote engine. And he used to suck, and now he's pretty good.
Well, I had to learn by, whipping up on my friends on Gran Turismo.
My boy, don't you get
Here we go.
Stories,
Here
my
we
boy.
go.
It was me and Detrick always putting in that work on Lex.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. Now I will say the last time I was in a room with Drew, man, like it was you, Drew, Curtis, and man, that's like that shit's humbling. Those lobbies are humbling because you think when like I was mentioning the trigger, man, when I had the parties and everything, I'm like the dude. Nobody in this radius is faster than me on GT. But then I play you guys and shit. I'm like, man, I'm gonna go ahead and just fucking chill on the side and catch a video because I can't catch y'all, man. Y'all be on some different shit.
Day we were in this lobby, we're racing. He still kind of did it on sport, but on GT5, I think it might have been GT6. We're jamming, and this man exposed something in my driving that I kind of already knew, but at times I would always blitz out and I'd be fast and out front and I'd be all right. But this fool Andrew got this daggone, what was that Corvette, and I was in the R8.
I was watching a clip of that the other day. Yeah, it was the R8 and the ZR1 Corvette. Yeah.
Pressured me down like we were racing for, 7 to 10 laps. And man, he got me. I got shook. Like I didn't have it all put together for those long amounts of laps. And it was just like, damn, this is great because there was such good driving. It got to the point that, yeah, I had the blitz and I was out front for a minute, but I didn't keep that fast pace all the time. I eventually slowed down lap after lap after lap, and his driving was consistently fast. And he just got right there in the vicinity, and it pressured us. We had damage on because that's really the only way to race. You know what I'm saying? We get a little bump, your wheel might be crooked out of that corner, and it's just like, manage that thing, get to the pit and fix it. But dude, that's what I liked about the shit, because we could all drift together, right? But man, we get out there and there's legendary arguments, my boy Jay. Cause I do the shit. I'll place a car in a position with a tire off maybe, and I squeeze through. So that ain't safe. You wouldn't do that in real life. But that's the amazing shit that happens when you're having like close battles, because it comes down to it. Oh, how am I going to pass this guy? This motherfucker's making this car wide as hell. I'm trying to get into the braking zone and beat him. He's shutting the door on me. His car accelerates a little bit quicker than me. Whatever it may be. And man, we've just had such good fucking times with these games. And they forced me to actually be fast. Yeah.
So real quick. So Drew, on that, man, like, of course, I'm pretty sure you've seen the video we got rolling right here. You've seen the video, Kazunori talking and everything. Everything sounded sweet, man. So far to you, man, what's the one thing in the video that stood out to you, and what's something you're looking forward towards in GT7, man?
I've mentioned this a couple times, and this is going to sound like a really silly thing probably, but I've mentioned it a few times in group chat. I always get a real big kick out of the music in the game, and that sounds like something real silly, but that's always exciting to me. But I would say from the standpoint of the game itself, I'm really excited about the new physics of the game that they're talking about. So it's I mean, of course, I've got a sim rig now that you can kind of see out of the corner of my screen. Nothing substantial by any means, but I like the idea of the physics for the controllers. And that's really exciting to think about, because I haven't played a PS5 yet. And supposedly the controllers are really really good, and they have really good haptic feedback. So I'm excited to see how that will be.
Yeah, it's actually weird to feel the shuddering in the trigger that you just are used to a spring resistance, but you get that spring resistance, but then something will happen like the ABS on because I've only used it on the motorcycle game. If you run up on the traction on that tire and it starts to slip, you could feel that in the trigger. Like the trigger will start to bump like you getting up on ABS. Same thing with the throttle. The throttle will shudder. And it's like, what the I never knew I needed to experience this. And they're saying that's how that new steering wheel is.
Okay.
You get, I don't know about the pedals, but apparently
which steering wheel is this?
This is the new combination that they have with Fanatic or Fanatec, however you want to say it. But you get that feeling in the steering wheel. So the understeer, and you know when you're on track and you feel that glassy chatter from the front when you're understeering,
right?
That's going to portray in the steering wheel now. Instead of it just get light, it'll get light, but it also has that glassy chatter that's smooth. Like, where is my traction? That chatter. I can't wait to see what goes on with that. And it's just something. My son was playing Call of Duty, and he says each trigger on each gun feels different.
Really,
like legendary. You know what I mean?
Cool. Well, one thing is I know looking at GT7, man, I'm looking forward to getting in the room with y'all guys, because I think one thing that's going to allow me to actually keep up with y'all is when I LS swap my Mustang. So when we do that and everything, you know. So Drew,
you gotta keep that coyote in there, man.
Now, I mean, speaking of swaps, man, we was talking on it before you got here, Drew. Like the swaps, do you think it's going to be like a generic package, or are they going to have like a list of proportionate engines? Like, for example, the Bug, you can put EJ20, EJ25, and it has that, as a boxer type thing. So I mean, you're not going to let you put a B18 or a 2J inside of a DC2 Integra. You can do it, but you know what I mean, you're not going to do that. So
I mean, I think so. Just looking at the past of how Gran Turismo has been,
right?
They've never followed that path like, say, Forza does, where you get to cram an LS and everything, or like I said, 2Js. I kind of feel like it's going to be maybe not necessarily brand true. I don't know for sure, but I do think it'll certainly be balanced swaps. Right. So it'll be something that really fits that chassis and makes sense.
Exactly. Yeah. So they're gonna keep it GT, man.
Yeah, that's. I'm on the fence that they're even allowing that. I still don't. It's like one of those things. Like, I don't believe it till I see it. But if that is allowed, I'm very certain it's gonna be you're gonna still be like funneled to a direct path.
Right.
Yeah, you can put an LS in a rotary, but nah, they're not gonna do that. It's gonna be like a 3-rotor swap or something direct, like in a 3-rotor or something like that. I don't believe that they're just going to let you get wildly creative with it. So I'd like to see it. It would be cool if I'm wrong, because at that point, all of the I just want to have fun motherfuckers that's on Forza.
Yeah.
Oh, now you can just have fun on this realish looking shit.
Yeah.
And make what you think that you want to make in your wildest dreams. But I think it's still gonna have some discipline to it.
Right. They definitely. One thing is, like, again, Drew joining the party, man. Real quick before I go into this rant, man. Drew, when did you? Because Trigger started playing 2, Lex 1, I was 1. Drew, when did you start playing Gran Turismo?
The first one was A-Spec 3.
Okay, so you got on a 3 and everything. So, but you still, I think anybody that gets in it before 3 is OG to me. So you're OG. So you're OG Gran Turismo player. I think all of us, man, we're gonna buy it. It's already bought. You know what I mean? Lex was talking about that too. Lex was like, they're gonna have to work for, because we were like, we like Gran Turismo, but we're not fanboys. Like, everything that they make is magical. Because I remember you were angry around GT Sport because you were like saying, "Hey man, I got Project Cars over here, I got Assetto over here. Y'all got to make me fucking want to buy this shit." And I mean, obviously, what we're looking at right now, man, they definitely the wait was worth it. That's all I will say. We're older. We're just gonna play it for what it is.
We
Go
don't know.
Yeah.
We went back to the number series.
Yeah.
We're gonna see. Well, look at that Mustang there, Eleanor. If you put a big ass LD Brock sticker on that, my boy, it's gonna be Ruth.
Yeah.
But I
the whole LD Brock's brother.
LD Brock's. I think it's gonna be very fucking good. I'm glad we went back to numbered series.
Right.
I'm glad we got individuality and personalization. Stickers on the windows is humongous. How many times have we done liveries that we've been like, damn, if we could actually do the complete livery, put the FD sticker in the window, logo on the window.
No, that's the Forza dudes like, man, I can't graft it in the window, man. It's bullshit. So they go back over the Forza and shit. So
but see, those simple things is gonna complete those cars that we spent hours putting on, right? And not only do you get the gratitude, or you're happy as hell that you completed those layers. Like it's something about it being really close but not perfect, right? Looking at it and it's like, damn, if only I could do this little thing. You know, I can get it to running right, doing everything, being nice and fast, but when we're able to make them really look how they're supposed to be looking, I'm gonna be happy. So if that's what we got here on GT7, I'm very happy. And like I was saying, I'm an old grumpy fart now. I've been playing this shit since it came out, and they're close, not close. They are on the verge of I'm aged out. I don't care how many more you might make. I might not buy them.
Yeah.
I'm too old.
It's kind of fall into that category like Madden and shit, because Madden don't even call it by the years. It's Madden, right? They call it, I haven't played Madden since fucking like 2001 or some shit. So I don't know how Madden do it when Madden just went like to Madden like 22, or how the fuck what's it even called now? Like
I know, right?
Like it's like, because I mean I was playing shit when it was like when NBA Live was like the shit, and I haven't played 2K. Like I never played it single minute of it. It's just back when I was doing sports, my shit was all sports, and I got in the cars like 2099. My shit just turned into all race games. So I mean, sports kind of really I play them, but I don't really play them on console. But the shit's getting like with the DLC now. What do you think? What do you guys think? All collectively, all three of you guys, man. What do you think the lifespan is going to be of GT7 now due to DLC updates and everything? GTA. I mean, personally, we're not gonna see GTA until like fucking 2030 or some shit.
Right. I mean, they delay stuff. With GT7, long as they keep it fresh with the DLCs, with new cars and new mods to where you can mod the vehicles, I think that will keep the life-and-see of the game a little bit up. But once people start being uninterested, it's gonna fizzle down, and then it's gonna be the people that really want to race on there and really want to put the time in to learn tracks, corners, how to get their track times down, how to tune a car to where you're not using a gang of power, but you're light enough to where you can make better lap times. There's gonna be a lot of that. Right. If it starts to die down. But if we can keep the intensity of the game up, it should be cool for a while, for a few years.
Yeah, what you think, Drew?
Yeah, I don't know. So I will say there's one thing that's gonna like send me off the rails if they do again, like the last couple. If they put 17 different versions of the GT86 in the game, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm actually going to lose it. No, I mean, I just hope that they keep it fresh with DLC. And it's, I don't know, a lot of times it kind of felt like there was, and I know a lot of it's like to do with licensing and things like that. So it's understandable, but as long as they can keep interesting cars, I don't care what era they come from. They're all cool and fun in their own right. But as long as mine is cars, you know, as long as they have interesting cars to drive in the game, is all I'm really worried about. I really don't care the direction for the most part. Just keep it fresh.
So what do you think about the way that they got the cars split up. So new car dealer obviously is going to get us generally everything, the new stuff. I do believe some of the classic stuff. They have the historic cars for those really old 50s and 60s race cars and things like that. They've got Auto Mall, which is going to be 2001 and up. So kind of like a used car dealer. They're new, but they're older cars. And then you have the used cars, which is going back to
which is where I'm going first.
Yeah, going first.
Yeah.
You never know what you might miss if you don't go check that.
Change the oil, and get the extra.
Change that oil. Give it a tune up.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that used cars is a car list that isn't set by the new car thing, it can always slide in one of those jewels on an upload, on an update. Like, yo, I know y'all wasn't even thinking about this, but here's a Fox body Mustang. I know y'all wasn't thinking about this. Here's a first gen RX-7. Then you'd be like, oh shit, we haven't seen first gen RX-7s in Gran Turismo since GT1.
Right.
No, hey, y'all, check it out. ST205 Celica. You know what I mean? Oh shit, something to battle Evos with, and shit like that. Like, I think that's where they're gonna keep it dope. They can easily feed that in on the used car lot.
Right.
Some of the random classics that we like. I do believe that if they do allow us to do a good percentage of the cars, I think it's up to 400 cars right now. If we could race mod or wide body, I don't know, say about 30-40% of that stock, I think that'd be pretty cool.
Right.
But also having versions, like good race versions that we want.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna do like any. I don't foresee in GT7 that anything is gonna be black. Black interior is gonna be. Yeah, because I think that's the number. That number, because I mean that number. I never had every car in any GT series. I only had the cars I really wanted, and that number is not going to be large because even in GT Sport, I got like 138 cars. That's not even the full thing. So I think they're kind of going to a what is the quality over quantity type thing, and they now have all these cars.
They've got to be careful with that because in GT Sport, I have 1,100 cars.
Yeah, damn.
There's only how many cars in that game? So that means I have 900 useless fucking cars in my that take space that I can't sell because they were either I won them or it was hey, to spin the win. Get that shit out of here, yo. Yeah. So, having cars that I want to buy. There's nothing like we've all been there. There's nothing like knowing that you're a couple 100,000 closer to buying that one car that you want. Then you get that money, and then you're like,
that's different though, Lex, man. Because I know I'm not gonna act like I didn't. I definitely I got a gift card for somebody, and I threw the money onto the thing and bought. I felt bad. But I'm like, dude, I'm fucking 37 at the time. Right. I'm like, I bought a car because like now you can do that. They fucking cash in on digital buys. It's business. Right. It's business. So like now these new cats, they're not gonna fucking grind like we did, man. They're not gonna do it. Yeah. They're not gonna sit there and put the fucking rubber band on there with the Scudo and put that bitch on the track and make it go around the thing, for 24 hours and shit. They're not going to do that now because they can do the DLC. They can fucking add $50 to their PlayStation PSN account and they can just buy it.
So speaking on that, we get the standard license test back, which is always a very interesting thing. It's nothing like being able to show that you got all golds. Now that shows in your stats.
I've never gotten all golds. I'm just
I grinded. That's right. And it's a badge of honor. It's like, yo, I got all golds. But then speaking on that, with the campaign, now that we have a standard campaign back, there's going to be some goddamn 24-hour races, man. You just know that there's going to be, and that work is going to get put in, and you're going to be sitting there on the 18th hour. Like,
well, speaking of that, man, how you guys feel about the it was A spec, B spec? They didn't mention none of that shit, right?
Drivers, you get
drivers,
sit them up there and let them win races.
That shit was dope, man. That shit was dope.
Put them in the race. Yeah, I used to do that. I had the app on my
phone. Yeah.
Like drive, and I drive up to the last minute. I gotta go to work. It's like, shit. I know I'm about to be gone for like 24 hours. I go ahead and put that driver in, let him rip, and I tell him, pace up.
Yeah.
And look at that app and look at the race progress. And I tell my wife, hey, yo, tell that nigga to slow down. She get up, go into the room, and slow him down.
Or you forget to tell him the pit or the tires, a motherfucker be spun out in the corner somewhere he can't get out of there.
Yes, you had to get a pit plan together, and you had to put that in so that they knew there's a plan, then they would.
We're back on the engine swap thing again, man. I can't wait to fuck with this, man. I think that's the first place I'm going when I get it, to see what it is. I don't, I know where you're gonna go. Because we was talking about Andrew before you got on. Lex was talking about the wide body, and I was like, he said he never had to pull in the car. I was like, yeah, I did. I had to pull on my fenders a little bit to make them go up.
The GT Auto employees are pulling, they're tugging the car wider.
Yeah, man. So, what you?
I never went through that. I've never went through the pulling fenders and stuff like that. I was always too afraid to mess up the vehicles that I had because I was always dependent on those. And not that that's going to make it not dependable, but
right.
Now I have a car that I can just tug on fenders and do whatever I want to. Who cares?
Yeah. I mean, shit, man. I'm pretty sure we've been there. You doing an engine swap. You got to go to work on Monday. I've definitely been there and had to do different things, man. So it's definitely cool to have multiple cars. Like, now with my business, man, I don't even drive. It's weird. I'm getting 38, and I thought I would never get tired of driving like, solid, loud ass gas smelling cars, and now I don't drive them daily anymore. Mainly because of where I'm at in Japan, and it's just, it is what it is. But I drive a family car and shit, little beater cars.
It's interesting you say that because I built this car, and I knew the whole time that I wanted it to be as rowdy as I could possibly get it.
Right.
So that's what I set out and I accomplished. And then I drove it a few times at a track, and all my friends around here are like, why don't you just drive that around here? You can put a tag on it and insurance. I'm like, dude, I am so sick of that car after 8 hours at a track. Yeah. I will bring it home. I clean it. I get it all checked out, whatever. And it goes in the garage, and I don't start it again until I go to another event.
Yeah. And what cars did you talk about?
So like my Fox body.
Okay.
Yeah. So I never drive that car ever, except for it literally pulls onto a trailer, go to the track, come back home, gets unloaded.
That's supposed.
And trigger.
And then,
my bad, go ahead, Andrew.
Oh, I was just gonna say, and then the only other thing I'll ever do is I'll walk out about once a week and I'll start it and let it idle 10 or 15 minutes. That's all I ever do.
It's a good owner right there. And Trigger, man, we just met today, man. What do you drive at all, man?
Well, I just got rid of my GS300. I just went and got. Now I drive for the family around Honda Accord Sport 2015. I am planning once we get all this house situations situated. Yeah, I'm planning on grabbing something. I'm kind of keeping a hush.
Got you.
So
yeah, I mean, shit. We always got, man.
Lex and other people will know.
Yeah, we got, man. Because over here we got, we don't got Craigslist in Japan. We got Yahoo Auctions, and then that meme. Every time I'm on Yahoo Auctions, that meme comes up like where the dude got the girl and he's looking at the other project car. Like, man, I got like 7 cars with parts in them that I need to build, and I ain't even start on number 2 yet. And it's like, I need to buy this fucking this Shell RX-7 though. Like, for what? So that shit's like, I'm trying to. I actually sold 2 R34s last week. They were all like kind of, one had rust, one was crashed. So I'm just getting rid of shit. I want to get down to a solid 6 cars, man. Rear wheel drive, of course, mode rear wheel drive, all wheel drive, MR. I got the NSX, I got the MR2, and just have one badass car in each category. That way I can go out and do my thing. Because having all these, I got 38 cars, man, and like This shit, it looks cool and it sounds cool, but only fucking 7 of them run. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
right.
It's that shit's. I don't got Paul Walker money to send it to a shop, what I would never do, and get them all running. So I'm just selling them all, man. And it, you know, the car drives away, and I don't even look at that shit. Just like, okay, later. And but I don't want to do that because that the reason why that shit for me, I know it's probably for all y'all too. Gran Turismo is the reason why I do what I do today. And that's the reason why I kind of did that with cars, because I was like, every time I bought a car, the fucking music would play in my head and shit. And yeah, so it's like, man, that's how it is, man.
As long as they do crazy daily workout music, we're good.
Yeah.
That is the most annoying, because I'm finna get a worthless car I'm not even gonna drive.
Yeah,
like Lex said earlier. I'm good.
But and real quick, man, because
doesn't get no money, so it just sits.
Yeah, we all slide, man. So far, me and Lex talked about it offline, man. What do you think about the drift demo with what's it, Dai's car, that the Turn 14?
It's awesome.
What you thinking,
it's
man?
Awesome, but I'm waiting to see what the physics is like.
Yeah, it looked crispy. It looks, but that's a built car though. You know what I mean? Everybody's not gonna be driving that one.
But the car was a handful to fucking drive on the game.
It was
up because it's so much rear wheel speed. You were like,
but that's what I'm saying. It looks, when you see it pivot, it looks like the pivot point on the older ones kind of was more frontal. It looks like this is more middle neutral, and it's not. It looks, you could tell whoever was driving it was using the wheel, because the wheels weren't fucking going like, you know, slapping back and forth and shit.
I think they changed that on the control, because I was the wheel slap. Yeah. He was driving on a controller. I could tell the steering had changed, and then how he lost drift. It was very apparent that the control was being had. Plus absolutely zero clutch kicks and zero handbrake holds. They were just gliding that fucking car. But again, I cannot wait to see the tire modeling. The tire modeling is going to tell me everything I need to know. Right. So saying like more so for the guys listening and watching it, if you're new to it, we all OGs, so we would go with the comfort hard, like, you know, the comfort softs, and I mean, with comfort hards in some rooms would kick you out if you didn't have CH, and then you can kind of get into mixing like we do in real life. Some guys where you can have like a real grippy set up front, and you can have a not so grippy in the rear because they cost less. And for the guys who don't want to break their diffs and axles, you don't want to run like a real sticky tire. But I will remember when you would do that shit would shoot the car around, because it didn't really emulate that well versus real life, where you can have a 615 or whatever up front, and then whatever in the back. That shit would shoot you around. So what do you think about the tire? I mean, what are you thinking it was going to be like? In time on GT5, we was coming through like an armada. Sport hard, you fucking nerds.
Right.
It's like, get that bullshit out of here.
Yeah.
They're like, can't handle with that. And we'd come through like, yes, we can. Yeah. We would be chasing our dudes with sport hards. And so then they're like, well, can we get that tune? No, you fucking don't. But it was so cool to be able to modify our cars in a way that we can handle that level of grip and then slide with people that were driving on the iciest tire in the game. But then it just kind of, once it got to sport, it just kind of got to the sissies yelling at you so hard about comfort hards. It's like, okay, well, we're just going to use comfort hards now. Yeah, they would kick you out of the rooms, but it was just like, well, we're just going to use comfort hards now, and then we're going to find out how to tune our cars with so much grip that the comfort hards are working. Then people would be like, how the hell are you getting so much acceleration out of that car? And we're like, y'all forced us to use these tires. We found a way to get a suspension tune that got grip. And then, because of how everything is, you go into a room, like say we all using Corvettes and Mustangs. Now the whole room turns into Corvettes and Mustangs, because everybody's like, well, no, it's got to be the car. You know what I mean? And then we're like,
yeah. That's true. That's pretty. We were talking about that shit. You know, we was talking about that. I think last podcast, where it's like, you know, the whole D1FD thing. I mean, we can definitely deviate, man. We ain't got to talk on the game the whole time, but the whole FD thing where we were saying, like, D1 cars typically look like this, and then FD cars typically look like that. And you look at the top cars, and this is why everybody's emulating Ford. Everybody's emulating JR and Chelsea because they're winning. You know what I mean? They're even if, whatever, they're going to emulate the top guys. So you'll see the same cars, so all those same cars, and you'll have all these car options, but you'll see a room full of XYZ. So I mean, it's going to be the same trends, I think, with GT7, man. But again, I'm just tired of even speculating, man. I just want to get into it. And
so, well, we're a month away.
Yeah.
But like Drew's real car, his real car has reverse rake, right? Mostly because you're trying to fit your front steering angle and everything, and what else?
Yeah. So, it's kind of multiple things. Part of it is because of that independent rear. It's actually got plenty of travel at that ride height. So some of it was my misunderstanding or just not really being kind of rusty on the knowledge part of it, but I intentionally, because you remember in FD, like around maybe the 2012 to 15 era, there were cars, they would reverse rake them. That's not really the trend anymore because you don't have to do that. But part of mine is because of that independent rear just squats lower. And so that's part of the problem. And then, or part of the reason. Then also, just like Lex said, I've got the big angle kit, and I've got some fairly expensive front fenders that I don't want to crack out, just because of the wheels. And so I get made fun of a lot at the track. Not really made fun of, but people are always like, why don't you just lower it, just slam it? I'm like, well, if you'll buy me a set of
that'll shut them up.
$1,000 fenders,
that'll shut them up.
So it's really mainly just for clearance for the most part up front.
Right.
But so when you go on the CarX drift community, all of these little kids squat the shit out of their cars. I mean, the rear's super soft. They think there's a benefit to that. They think this is how drift cars are supposed to work. They don't know why in real life those cars are like that. They don't why they don't even know what the actual reason for Eberson spec is. They don't know why they're like that. They don't know what the Minami spec is. They don't know what these guys run their cars like that for Mayhem for. Right. They just see it done. Then they just do it visually on the game, and they see the cars move around a little bit, and they just think, oh, super soft is the way to go. But, they just do that and say, this is what works, and this is why it works. And I know my son, I play versus him in CarX a lot, and he'll come in, and I'll be like, why did you tune the car like that? And then he don't be wanting to tell me. He just got the tune and wherever.
Like, man, I got the tight pants on, Pop. You got the tight pants. Yeah. It's like that's the tight pants generation, man.
Why that works? Because I can tell him, look, this car is set like this, slam, and it's out accelerating you, right? And because it's how I did the alignment. It's how I did the stroke of the suspension. Because you can do all of that on CarX. So I thank God for CarX because CarX has to have lit a fire under Gran Turismo's ass. I need to see more suspension options than just the one-way rebound and compression, and then alignment. Give me some more, yo.
Yeah.
I need
and it like saying Drew before you came on, we talked about that too. Was seeing it looks like the tuning options are more. They're not on a level of like a Settle and shit where you got like 1,000 fucking pages of this and this, and you can change your valve cap stems and all that shit like that. So, what are you looking for, Drew? What are you looking forward to as far as the tuning, or what's something that you would like to do that we haven't been able to do in the past if they're going to allow that?
I'm kind of like Lex. I have a real. I like to know how things work.
Right.
And so one thing that really that I really enjoyed when I first met Lex online and started playing. I enjoyed figuring out how to set up suspension. I knew crap. I knew nothing about it, So like getting to see how that actually translates into a car if you move your dampening all the way full, full stiff, well now you understand how that kind of translates in real life. So I learned a lot of things like that. So I'm like Lex. I do like the idea of having more. However, I don't know if that would ever really work for Gran Turismo, because there are specific simulators out there today. Assetto, what is it? What is the other big one? I'm trying to think of it right now. Anyway,
Lister is something of that.
Yeah, but to the point, they have more that you can play with in suspension settings. It's strictly for that. So I don't know if that would really hit the complete market of Gran Turismo players, because a lot of people do play it casually, and you don't want to water them down so much with so many details that it's scary to play.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, Project Cars. I've never dug into suspension on Project Cars.
Yeah.
Be that shit.
Yeah.
Because there's so much going on there. Like Drew and I, we've battled in Project Cars. Like, we really be getting it in, and that's what I love about that. We found friends all over when this Gran Turismo thing opened up to online lobbies, and we've gone from platform to platforms, battling it out. And I must say, even when we do jump in online lobbies, me and Drew be tearing off on fools, and you know what I'm saying? And and it's funny because we'll be chatting or talking, and with Hammers too. We're chatting and we're talking, and we're like, all right, we're running this fool down. Like, come on, y'all better pick up the pace, because we gonna get him. And then when I get by him, y'all better not let me in the open air, because I'm going. But but again, we it's so much going on with Project Car suspension. It's kind of like, shit. With the devs, I hope this dev mod is pretty good, because shit is a lot, bro. I'm not changing all of this. The frequency, when Gran Turismo went to the frequency, it was kind of like,
I ain't got even if I got a fucking oscilloscope and shit in your trunk. Like,
it's like soft, like. But then when you learned what frequency was, because I sat like you said, I sit there. I might be sitting at the game on that tuning screen, and I'm like, I need to know 100% who can explain to me frequency and how it works.
Right.
Then when I learned what it was, I said, oh, that's mad simple. But something so dumb, by changing the name to frequency, made me, why do I want to touch this? What the fuck is going on with this?
Well, two things with that. So you're, for sure, the naming convention of it was a big thing. But one thing that always really got under my skin is, they always put the description next to what you're changing. Right. So if you do dampening up, just remember it's always going to have an opposite effect or this effect on something else. And sometimes the way they word it just didn't really make sense, or at least to me it didn't. Maybe I'm the only one, but just better. I don't know how you do it in a shorter way, but just saying better descriptions would really help newcomers or even OG people that just want to know.
Yeah, that's why I Googled it, because it would say dampening or spring frequency. This is the description for spring frequency. If you raise your front spring frequency, make sure to raise an equal or around value on the rear.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me what the fuck it was, though, dork.
Yeah.
You're supposed to know.
Yeah.
Like, but what is it, though? Then when I found out, it's just like, okay, big dumb. All right, we don't like change. Don't change me like that,
Yeah.
But yeah, I would just love to see, because we're used to high speed, low speed now. I think us as standard casual fans, we can deal with high speed, low speed. Some caster in racing applications, we know it quickens or stiffens the wheel, makes it lighter or stiffer. In drifting, hell, we might want more caster. You see how this?
Yeah, I'm watching it now. Yeah, I've seen that lead right left wheel. It was definitely controller.
I look at that shit a lot. Yeah, I analyze a lot. But again, man, I'm so hyped to see that smoke. And if they do add just a handbrake grab, that adds to the property.
What are they going to add for it? Because that's one thing PC does have over Witchcom peripherals. You can just throw it in there, set up the Witchcom access and all that stuff. But the PlayStation has always been. Is there actual e-brake for the?
Yep, the new Fanatec has the e-brake plug-in right there on the hub.
But you got to have that wheel though.
You have to have that wheel. But then again, I know that they understand that not everybody's going to buy that wheel.
They got G27s, 29s, 25s.
Are we going to be able to plug in directly to the PlayStation and map it? I don't know. I mean, I literally only broke out my PlayStation to play MotoGP, and I've only played it a couple times. So I haven't really dove into the PS5 yet. Amazing, awkward-looking thing, extremely powerful. Have they used their brain to do something like that? And it really only takes Gran Turismo's programming to be able to use that as an option. So
yeah,
I don't know. We'll see, because I've gone years with just having a control. Luckily, we could play the game with the steering wheel and have a control active. And I just reach down and use that as triggering for the button for handbrake, because Logitech thought it was brilliant to take the G25 and G27, which was awesome, and then make the G29 and say, nah, you don't need no buttons on your shifter. Everything's going to be on the wheel. And that was the stupidest thing Logitech could have done for people that do more than just the grip racing. Yeah, having all these buttons on the wheels, I could use DRS, I could change my fuel maps, all of that's great. But if I had some buttons over here on the shifter, I could still use those headlights just over there. And so that's why I've been using my G27. My G27 has not gone into retirement yet. I've been using my G27 for ages. I just use the adapter and we're good to go. I don't I have my G29 on the PS5 right now, and when my son plays Formula One, he's got all of that shit going on. But it's just like I need a handbrake that's separate from being on the steering wheel. So the Fanatic setup has the handbrake. It's just going to be up to how you mount it, but it does have a separate handbrake, which is going to be amazing. So right now, I'm going with Fanatic, or if my Logitech the adapter doesn't work for the PS5, which I think it will, because the PS4 setting on my Logitech G29 has worked.
Right.
But I need to step up because I want to feel that feedback, that haptic stuff that the Fanatic wheel has. So I'm gonna be forking it out, finally stepping up to something new, buy the whole setup, pedals, and everything that's needed. So good Lord, they're getting some money out of me.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good topic. So, like, what is y'all's opinion? And sorry to cut you off.
No, sir.
What's the opinions on these newer type of wheels? Because I'm kind of on. I've got a G29 right here behind me. It's a great wheel for somebody that wants to get in cheap. But I find myself wanting more constantly, and I'm like, I have my sight set on a Fanatec wheel. I really want something like a direct drive, but I don't know. One thing that I'm a little confused about right now is the different versions they have. What do I really want to use?
I just about to say that. Now I'm gonna actually trigger. What wheel setup you using, man?
I have a G29 right now.
29.
I actually was looking at Gran Turismo wheel from Fanatec as well, but that's probably going to come a little later once house situation.
Yeah.
So,
that's the thing, because it's with that shit, man. I got the I got 2 27s. Well, actually, I bought a 29 last night actually, from a guy local. I got 2 27s with the Chronos adapter. Then I got the T500. So I got a T500, but the one I got actually was I knocked money off a customer's job, and it's a fucking turned out to be the PC only version. So my shifter, I got the TH8 shifter and all that shit. To see that one next to the fucking 27, that thing is fucking huge, man. And the feeling, so that's on my main rig, but I can't use the shifter because it doesn't link to the wheels, so I got to use the paddles. So I'm getting rid of that to put that onto the R Factor, old school.
So
yeah.
So basic Gran Turismo package,
Yeah.
the Fanatic with, is just the hub, the wheel, and 2 pedals, gas brake.
Yeah, we can't do that.
So that's what $699 is going to get us. Direct drive technology.
Oh, $699, and you don't got a clutch?
Yeah. So now you get into, I think, the club sport pedals, because you can just add the pedal and
to the base.
Then and then you're gonna add handbrake and shifter.
I'm looking right now.
So where you're gonna start with the base Gran Turismo package is gonna be $700, but 200 something for the pedals, shifter and handbrake. So you're probably gonna be in it about $1,300. But at the end of it, piece it together or buy it in one bulk, whatever floats your boat. But if it's doing everything that they're planning it to do and they claim it does, it's some chunk of change to fork out. But with the lifespan of we're going to get out of it and what we're going to get out of driving, I think we'll be all right. Especially for us, that we're driving for real too. That's just lap time constantly. Because I'm going to keep it honest with y'all. My weekends with all this racing and shit, easy $500, $600 for a day.
Right.
So, in man brain, we be like, cuz I ain't spending that right now. But let it be something.
Yeah.
Feelings go. Do my bidding.
Too, you gotta look at the used market. One thing I'm looking at is the Corona sim rig explosion, which lasted like 6 months, and everybody started selling their shit. Because we talked about it in Drew and Trigger, man, that before the Corona shit, like we had rigs and motherfuckers, man, why y'all got rigs, man? You go buy a real car. I'm like, I got real cars, motherfucker. But that's besides the fact. But I'm looking at dudes that'll get somebody pregnant and leading to sell that shit for half price. So that's how I know I'm gonna get a PS5 for half price. Some dude gonna get some chick pregnant. Like, I gotta sell everything and shit and everything. So I'll just wait a little bit, get it on there. I don't got a PS5 yet, and I don't plan on buying one for a little bit because honestly, it works on PS4, so I'm gonna rock with that for a little bit longer. How about, I know Lex got one. Trigger and Andrew, you guys got PS5s yet?
Not yet.
Okay. Yeah, man. So
yes, I tracked that thing. I tracked that thing down like it was a lost package.
Yeah. Yeah.
That boy was Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm linked in with Twitter with a restock alerts and all that. I had a wife on her phone tapping buttons and trying to get in. She's getting pissed off because she can't get in. I'm trying to get in at the same time. Bro, it was a headache.
Still, I can't believe, man. It's still, I can't believe the prices. It's been it launched almost a year ago now, right? And it's still, the prices are still fucking like.
My boy Hammer, right? And he be getting these bots. I mean, he be doing all this shit. And I know my wife was wanting me to get a PS5, but I was like, I'm not buying it until Gran Turismo comes out. But she was like, in woman brain, she's like, yeah, but nigga, it's hard to get right now. So what if you can't get it by the time Gran Turismo comes out, right? So I'm like,
that's what my worry was.
I'm like,
and that's where I'm at right now. Yeah.
Then my wife started to try to get one, and I'd be seeing her up. I go to work at 4 a.m. Girl, why the hell are you up? She's on there trying to get these Target drops and Best Buy drops.
Yeah, she's a keeper, man.
And she's trying to get it in the basket. It's like, stock out, unavailable. And I'm like, damn. So now I'm starting to get mad because I'm seeing my wife trying to get this PlayStation. So I'm hitting my partner up to the scammer. I say, hey, look, nigga, y'all making it real tough. Look, I'm going to give you your bread. You call my wife and you give her a PlayStation for regular price. I'm going to pay you the rest. But luck had it. He hit my wife up and said, yo, go on Amazon right now. Like right now.
Oh, dude, that breaking right there is dope.
Yeah, that breaking, you should be able to feel that juddering. He went and saw the restock and was going, and he told her, like, go now, go. She went and bought it and got it regular price on Amazon. So, but I was just like, damn, it's actually tough to get these fucking things. Like, at first I was like,
yeah, bro.
What I mean
But
is
not-
that something to do with like the whole microchip shortage thing, or is that only the automotive industry have an issue with that?
No, it's just people that had a gang of bots and just buying them out, bro.
people buying them. You cannot outbuy them.
Right.
As soon as it's mere milliseconds, stock is cleared.
Possible.
So it's like,
because I was up at 3:00 in the morning pressing the button for Best Buy. Like, it was in the cart. I pushed pay for it, and it said nope. I said, motherfucker.
Yeah. And they had workarounds. You'd get it in your cart. It doesn't reserve it. They were buying them out your carts.
Yeah.
So these are the guys who are literally they're just reselling them, correct? They resell the
They have a bot, and they have all their computers, phones, and everything. That bot, some cats spend $10,000 on bots. If it's a good bot,
right,
and you spending 10 G's, but you gonna get your money because it's about to buy everything up, and you just resell them, and people are getting them. You know,
that's different shit right there with all this stuff, man. Technology and stuff changing everything. Like you don't see people waiting in lines anymore. Like with the PlayStation. I remember PlayStation.
I remember. When was the last time y'all sat in line for a PlayStation? I remember PS.
Personally, me never. I just got my shit when I got it. Yeah.
What was fun to me? It was all outside. Just we held them all down.
Oh, but you're in Cali. You're in Cali though. East Coast. When you standing outside in snowstorm for PlayStation, dude.
Spots out there. We was chilling all night. The homies come up, hey, yo, go, we in line, you know, it's whatever. And then we went in, we all bought PS3s and shit. But, yeah, now that ain't happening.
No.
That is not happening.
I think the last line I stood in was for SOCOM 4, bruh.
SOCOM 4.
That was the last line I stood in. It was like, I was in the line for this shit?
Yeah.
No!
Yeah, man. It's cool, man, now with the technology and the you know, like because for example, I got physical copy. I just got it for like it was so it's like now the physical copy versus a download. Like I already got the thing in the cart, the DLC, and then when it drops, of course, your download. I got the high speed, and then you got everybody else can cry about the downloads size and stuff like that. So it's like the physically having a game is not even like really a thing anymore to people because it's on your program, on your account. My bad. You get a new system, you just download.
I'm not gonna lie, I like it. We already prepaid. Gran Turismo was paid for it. I'm gonna go in there and get the bundle. You know what I mean? Right. And have the physical bundle. It's not just about the cars that are coming with it, but whatever memorabilia it comes with. Like this Gran Turismo, it had a tin case and all of this shit. It's just like, I think that's cool to have. And I don't mind if somebody got their cart waiting on download, and then as soon as the game releases this download, they got it right then and there. You can play it a couple of hours before me. I'm all right with it, but swoop this thing up and I'm going to have the physical. And I just think it's cool. It's tangible. That because like how many times have we seen PS3s and 4s crashing and people had to they were open. And you know what I'm saying?
That's exactly why. Like that shit. That's I ain't gonna bring up it's late in the podcast, so I can say COVID without getting blocked. But like, I got the shot, man, just to shut my fucking wife up. You know, and I didn't. I mean, I still been 2 years old. I ain't get sick or nothing yet, and it's like I didn't want to get that fucking first batch. I didn't want to get the beta batch of COVID shots because we let all the motherfuckers like. Because just like you said, I remember the PS3 first came out and it had the overheating shit. Or was it PS3? And
waters on the board,
right? So I didn't get PS3 until like that second quarter, and then like the PS4, I didn't get to like the second or third quarter, and it was like because I was busy as fuck, and I'm like, man, let this shit play out. The Xbox with the whole red ring or death, whatever the fuck, and let that shit play out, and that way you just kind of. So PS5, have you had any issues for the guys who got the PS5s? Have you had any issues with it yet, or?
I don't play. No, not so ever. I have not had one. I've actually.
What are you playing though?
External. I'm playing everything, bro. I'm playing GT Sport. I'm playing Car X.
And the way that they have you mounted,
4 games.
Base plate. You got that little base plate, which makes it set up a certain way so that it's not fully on the ground, sealing off. Cooling, you got cooling from all around it. So
all around it, yeah.
Fine is gnarly looking, but if you really pay attention to it, it's for survival. So the system is a whole lot better designed. Looks crazy because remember when PlayStation used to be, we want this to be part of your Sony entertainment system, surround DVD player. This shit look like, nigga, put that over with the plants. No, but it is. It's set up for survival to ventilate all over. So I don't know if we're gonna have those kinds of problems.
Well, you know, PD is. I mean, to my knowledge, and this is not being biased for the guys first time tuning in listening to Gran Turismo because they think we all biased about it. But the PD has been the one that's been pushing the limits of each console. Like each one, there's no game out there that I know about. I might be wrong because I haven't really really kept up to speed with it. But PD has always pushed the limits of PS3, PS4, and maxed it out, and that's why they waited and kind of held it off.
God of Wars. What's the other one? Drake's. All of those games be like pushing the system.
Max.
Bro, on the 5 right now, the best looking game right now on it is Miles Morales, bro.
Oh, really?
Ghost of Tsushima. Yes, bro. It's nasty good, bro. It's like you sitting and looking at it, it's like, what is this? Am I watching? Oh, it's a game? Holy shit. It's fluid. It's dope. The graphics are nasty, bro. I love it.
What was that game? It was like the God of War, but it was the girl. I forgot what that was. Huh? No. It wasn't the like God of War. Like the girl was like a warrior beast. I forgot what it was. I can call her wife and she come in here and tell me, but she got into it because it looked so good. She just wanted to watch me play it. And I'd be like, girl, I'm trying to get on Turismo with the boys. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're like, no, keep going. Like this, the story is good and the game looks amazing. And I'm like, you know, and I'm like,
I'm gonna translate that for you. He's saying he's got to get on Gran Turismo Sport so he can get training for Mandrew, get faster.
Got you. Speaking of, you just put up an interesting fact, man. You know, Lex, we talked about it before, man. But Andrew and the Trigger, man, have you found yourself like I know it's a thing because I used to do it. Have you found yourself now with the social media just like watching people play is more? It's the same satisfaction of actually doing it yourself, or like, what's your feeling on that?
Yeah, sometimes I do, and sometimes it's annoying because some people cry about things that it's like, why?
Like, motherfucker, we had Game Informer.
About? like what are you crying about? Just change the setting and drive the car. It gets under my skin. That's why I don't like watching car reviews because people would totally skip the engine and be, oh wait, well this interior is cool because it's got the interior, my G?
Yeah.
For real? Okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna spend that much detail on the interior, but not on the engine.
Right.
So okay, I'm not watching you no more. And it's just, those type of things is like, but then when I get a good one, I'll watch it.
Right.
So yeah.
What about you, Drew?
Yeah, I enjoy watching. There's a particular streamer on Twitch. It's Pestily, and he's a big Escape from Tarkov streamer. I've tried playing Escape from Tarkov. It's extremely in depth. It's not for the faint of heart. And I mean, it takes you literally hundreds of hours to get acclimated to the game and how it functions. But I just enjoy watching him play because he understands it so well, and it's just entertaining to watch somebody that's like, you know, not just because they're like Shroud and they're just a great aimer. It's like he understands things about the game that other people don't. So it's just entertaining for me.
More seat time, essentially more seat time on the game. And only thing on that, my part on it, I don't like the dudes, and it was evident when Grand Theft Auto 5 came out. You could tell the motherfuckers who would beat the game and then go back and act like they fucking it wasn't the first time around. So they would go through the game all the way through, and then they record themselves playing it and act like they just figured everything out. You see a lot of that shit now, but some games you can't really fake it. But for me, man, you know, with the business shit, I'm ultra busy. But at nighttime to wind down, I do get on YouTube and watch random shit. So that's I mentioned Cyberpunk because I was going to get it, and I was like, man, this shit actually was cool to watch people play it. And then like you watch some people play it some way. I didn't like the motherfuckers who talk too much over the game. They just kind of let it play out. And there was some dudes who just talk more than the game and shit. So that was the last game that came out that I kind of enjoyed just watching people play. It's like this shit's the vibe was cool. And then I watched the dudes who had the maxed out PCs because the graphics level was fucking
amazing, yeah,
crazy. I'm like, that shit looks weak on console.
When Grand Theft Auto 5 first came out, I watched a dude play through. He didn't have himself on the screen. He didn't speak. He just played through the game. And I'm not a Grand Theft Auto fan, but I was watching him play, and the storylines are pretty cool. The game experience was pretty cool.
The life of that game, man. That game is still going.
They finally just put information out. They're finally developing a GTA 6 now.
Right, but I mean, but GT7 could only hope to have their life.
Auto 5. We've had Grand Theft Auto 5 through PS3, PS4, PS5.
And I bought it 3 times. I actually bought it 3 times.
They got your money.
Yeah. And I didn't even fucking play it 3 times. I bought it on a PC just so I can do the first person shit. And I ain't playing no more. I just did it 1 time. And I mean, it was, but that game is so much, it's so, the life, what's that? The life width or the lifespan? Yeah, lifespan of that game is crazy, man.
Like Drew was saying, the updates were on target for what the consumer wanted.
Right.
I got off of that game when them fools started getting that flying unicorn ass motorcycle blowing the smithereens.
Well, shit, the shit on my kids watch the shit on YouTube. I was like, man, what the fuck? This shit looks familiar. They got the Spider-Man all the way up in the sky and the whole universe and the Marvel versus they ride the motorcycles up in the thing. And then it's like, this shit's all this is all Grand Theft Auto. It's a whole different world in the game. Like people just ride. It was some dudes I was watching. They was just fucking riding. They had a mountain bike competition on a fucking Grand Theft Auto. I'm like, this shit's crazy, man. Like, it's like all these worlds in there, man. So it's crazy.
Yeah, we was gangbanging crazy on GTA 5, wasn't we? Tripping on fools, man. We would do that. Like Jay wanted to rob all liquor stores. It was only a couple $100, but we wanted to rob a liquor store, be on some gangster shit. Then we would get dirt bikes and go ride the dirt bikes up in the hills or the bicycles up in the hills. Like it was just like, damn, we kind of have more fun than that. But it just got weird when you just saw on the map, we're a group of friends doing shit. We having fun. Be up there playing martial shooting or something. But you get them dipshits to come fly all the way across the damn map to go fuck with us. Yeah.
Well, I mean, with that shit, I was honestly one of those guys, man, because I was lonely and shit, man. Like I'm in this fucking multi MMO world and shit, and I ain't had no boys because I would just sign on and do whatever, whoever was online. Then I would see some dudes doing some crazy shit and try to go over there and join, and they blast you away. I'm like, all right, that group ain't friendly. I go over to another group.
We go because we all had like bread and whatever.
Right.
Jay would go get some Suburban that we could all jump in hella deep and hang off the side. He'd go drive us straight down into the grapes and we'd hop off blazing. We used to do some gangster shit on there. It was hella fun. Police chases and shit, but that spanned 3 consoles, man. Yeah. They're finally talking about making a new one, and it just kept in line. Hardcore enthusiasts of that game, they stayed on it. So this is something that Gran Turismo needs to do.
Right.
Do not upload me a fucking Ford Model T. Where will I use that?
Yeah.
I don't care. If it comes with the game stock, all right, cool. But don't say, we got a new car download. You guys are going to love this. 7 different Miatas and 3 models of R3 GTR. And amphibious vehicle from ancient Germany.
And a Jay Leno tank.
that.
Yeah, I think they're gonna calm down with that because again, they're rendering more shit. So it's like I haven't looked into the whole premium and the regular cars. I think that was kind of a thing. That was kind of like a GT5 thing, and premium stuff. GT Sports, they were pretty much all premium, if I recall correct. But the rendering is there, like the cars, cinematic, all that. What's that? The light, the ray effect, ray trace shit.
Ray tracing.
Yeah, and that Mustang should look dope as fuck when you see the reflection off of it. So I think they're not gonna put everything there because quality is gonna go down, and I think they don't want to do that. So might be safe from that, man. Having 8 different Miatas and shit, like there's no need for that.
What I'm excited about is how fast the PS5 loads and stuff.
Right.
So we'll probably be able to jump through, like, instead of just sitting there and be like, all right, hold on, baby. Come on, we got to go to the movies. Hold on, shorty. Let me do a couple of license tests real quick. And that shit, hours. And now it'll just be like, boom, done. Blam, next one. Boom, done. Blam, next one. And it could be like, all right, cool. You could kind of move through the game quicker. And when you used to do liveries, rendering would take forever. All of that stuff, I'm excited to see the fruits of your labor come quicker. Because the way that the PS5 moves, it's like, boom, this, here, there, now, new. You're like, damn, this is moving hella fast. I remember you used to hit something, it'll be loading, you go run, make some corn dogs and get something out the fridge to drink, come back, sit down, and maybe take a bite or two before the joint started really, playing and loading. Yeah. You would lose online players in the lobby when you went from race to race. Some people might lag out. So I think with the PS5 being as powerful and as fluidly moving as it is, depends on how big this game is as far as files.
What's the stock hard drive? So I'm asking this shit like I don't even know.
Yeah, PS5 is up there, but I think this game should be around 60 gigs, 70 gigs or so. I think that will be pretty good. Right. And they're just gonna, because of course all these add-ons are gonna be like 7 gigs, 8 gigs, and shit like that.
Yeah. So I'm only gonna have one game. So honestly, I mean, just me personally. So I just have about a couple terabyte size hard drive. It shouldn't be good with that. So you're gonna run out of space, man. But yeah, man, it's I think like I said, man, I jokingly said 2030 until we see a GT8. I think the lifespan of this one is going to be pretty long. I mean, because it's new PS5, and this will roll into PS6, and I mean they start talking about that stuff. But yeah, man, I think it's going to be. I'm not worried too much about it. Whatever we get on opening day, because we got DLC, so that shit changes the whole dynamic of everything. And I'm like, what I mean, we're older cats, and we know that. The younger guys are like, you guys grew up in this thing, and all your whole life has been DLC since you've been born. Everything.
Son, he's always your dad. Update on CarX, go download it. Be like, all right. Yeah. And I loaded thinking he about to play that. Nah, he was just telling me so that the console could be up to date with his phone. I'm like, man. Yeah. Like, you ain't getting it on the console. He'll jump on the console just to get his wheel work in, but he spends most of his time doing it on the phone. But this for Gran Turismo, because if you think about it, my kid has only been alive since GT5.
Right. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, but he's 14 now, and we're only to GT7. Right. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, shit, okay. But the cool part about it is Casanori put history in it.
Right.
So if he cares to learn, or I could say, hey, yo, go pull that up. Check the history on that. Check the stats on that.
Yeah. Yeah, but man, Kaz, look, man, I'm looking at shit. I'm here in Japan. That motherfucker look tired as fuck, man. Like, man, here we go again. Yeah. Just so we yeah.
Old than a bitch now.
Yeah,
man.
Well, no, but that's how they do, man. They be looking skin tight. I mean, my wife. Luckily, man, my wife's Japanese, and her mom don't look bad. Her mom is 76. I'm like, all right, cool. This is. I mean, if she stays cool, we can do this for a long term and everything. But yeah, man, they'll be looking skin tight like for about 45, and then after that, man, they look like a fucking prune. So it's like some of them. But then some of them look young, man. You got like 56. The first chick I banged in Japan was 41. And she looked like she was about 28, man. I was like...
You know what cars you want to see, speaking of old Japanese dudes? Yeah. Nobuteru Taniguchi's.
The
I need to
S15.
see. Yep.
Yeah.
I need to see Max Arito's Supra.
Yeah.
Why can we not get that Supra?
Man, why we're talking about cars? Why can't we get Ibisu? I'm like, they got fucking Gran Turismo shit all around the goddamn cars, and which I know would be fucked up if they put the dirt version of Minami, because they turned it to a rally track again. That'd be funny as fuck. I'm going on there next month actually. They open it up next month, so I'll be out there first stage.
It's dirt,
bro. It's the same. They didn't do shit. They just took the asphalt up and put dirt back on top of it. It's Minami with the dirt, and they got the inside portion. They turned it to like a flat track for dirt bikes. So I got I'll take probably the 450 down there, or probably 250 down there. 450 probably too much for me on that shit, and change the tire and do that and everything, man. So, but yeah, man. Again, man, I ain't want to hold you guys up too long with all that stuff, man. I just wanted to get some guys in there and chat about the game and everything, man. So parting stuff, man, for Andrew and Trigger, man. Like I said, we already talked about the game and everything, what you're looking for, man. What's one thing both of you guys would say to a newcomer to GT, man? Like, what should they be looking out for? What should they do? Do you suggest going back in time, or just kind of picking up from now and continuing on?
I say get a understanding on your tunes, on what you're doing, on suspension, your powers, your weights, everything, because that's going to be a key to you having a successful time on Gran Turismo, period.
And what about you, Drew?
Yeah, I would say the same thing. I mean, get a good grasp of tuning, and I think probably one of the most effective ways you could do that is it's kind of boring at the front end, but stick with a chassis or a style of chassis, and learn how the game reacts when you make changes to that. And when you start getting an understanding of it, you can start making tweaks, extreme tweaks, things like that.
Right.
And utilize online lobbies. Find people that are fast and talk to them. I mean, that's how we done it. I mean, and then of course, if you get one that's willing to share information, like Lex and all of us, it's mainly me bumming off of Lex finding information, but you just share information with each other. Yeah. He would give me the info, and I would make it fast for him. So we were just a dynamic duo.
Yeah.
Now it was super cool. Some of the best nights, man, would be it would be like that. We'd have a endless session of races, and what I thought was really cool about us, how our experience was, like, I would get a car and I'd tune it. I'd be sitting offline dweebing, just get this tune just tight, right? In time trials, is like, all right, this shit worked. And then I'd get on and I'd mob it. And like, remember that Jaguar I used to use, the Jag, the Aston Martins? And they'd be like, God damn, the motherfucker's fast. But it wouldn't be like, let me go do that. It would just be like, all right, let me figure how to make. Now, they could already have a car tuned, but it'd be like, let me tune it. I got to figure out how to make this faster. And we would have like those sessions all fucking night long. You look up and it's like 3 a.m. for me. Drew's East Coast. He's 3 hours past me. It's just like, damn, we on this thing for hours, and those sessions all night would be dope. And then like I'd go to work and whatever, then go do Sonoma Drift and do some real drifting. And people would at the time would be like, yo, what do you like better? For me, it was the gaming at the moment, because I'm really chilling with my homeboys all day. Then you go to, like, we've talked about this before, Donnie, you go to a drift event and everybody's like,
yeah, fucking man,
like,
that's antisocial ass. Yeah, man, that shit's weird, so man.
Painful.
This shit's weird. That's why I think, again, man, it's weird for us to be older and be on the game, and then we can differentiate between the game, reality, and stuff like that, where a lot of these cats, they got like amazing skills on a game, but when you see them in person, man, they just, their energy is off, and like how they carry it on a group chat. They get in front of you and everything and be all shy and shit and everything. And that's why I haven't met Lex. I just met Trigger today. I've known Andrew for a little bit now. And I can tell, man, we all met up at a group at a track. it'll be the same vibe. It'll be the same vibe, man, because it's
online when I trigger in Long Beach at Formula D, it was
like you know each other for years, man. Like you actually have. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
And then
Right.
yeah, it's like all that bullshit's out the way.
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
I walked out like, my boy.
Yeah.
Hey, I was
Right.
something. I heard my boy. There's only one motherfucker
Yeah.
that comes.
Yeah, because when I first met Andrew, man, and he was because we didn't, of course, there were no cameras and shit, and he was just talk like he was in a room with you already, Lex, and I think Curtis was there too, and a few other guys, and he kept like this dude, like I was like, man, this dude sound like you from Texas or something, man. He's like, we were like, come on, but like, and he just met me and she was like, man, that boy lagging back there. He said because I was slow as fuck. And he's like, my boy lagging back there. I was like, yeah, this motherfucker funny as shit, man.
It's so funny because we use my boy heavy.
Yeah.
Because Andrew uses my boy heavy.
Yeah.
And so when I hear my friends using my boy, I'm like, they don't even know
Yeah.
my boy's coming.
Yeah.
My boy.
Yeah.
My boy cannot be emulated by nobody, right? And it's hella funny because at first I remember me and Hammers when we first came across Illinois, we was like, is this motherfucker joking?
Yeah.
Like, is this real accent?
Yeah.
No, unfortunately not.
I was like, damn. But it was funny because it's just like even the banter when we're mobbing and going crazy, and you just hear this motherfucker saying, "My boy, you about as jumpy as a cat with 3 legs on a tin roof." It's just like
got my boy busier than a 3-legged cat on a hot tin roof, brother.
like the banter was just so good. It's to the point that when I'm playing, my wife knows you on with Illinois. Yes, I am. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just like I always play with the surround sound on, so the whole house is hearing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. She would come in and she'd be like, "Hey, Eleanor." Like, what's up, sweet thing?
Yeah.
So it's just like that shit is what made it super fun. And see, like my son, he's not and everything, so he's been raised in this element that driving, gaming, motor vehicle interaction is fun with your homies, right? So it's like when we go places, I try to, when we're at a track day over here doing grip, but they're doing drift over there, I'll go drive over to the homies. What's up with y'all? What's happening? Everybody getting 5s. What's up? Oh yeah, I'm over here doing this. Check it out. Ooh, whatever. So my son is growing up in this, it's almost like online lobbies in real. Even in the cars
he's in a metaverse. That's where he at.
Yeah, he's in the real life metaverse. Like, I have my communication, so we can talk and everything driving. So now it's like when you go to the track with the homies, yeah, we can really talk like we're in online lobbies and have. True. So, I think the fact that we were able to have such a social environment while we're in our own rooms, hundreds of miles away, thousands of miles away, that shit was dope. And that's just, you think of those fun times. Gran Turismo has produced a ton of fun times. Like, Assetto Corsa did not allow you to chat. You had to go into a party with your already known friends. Gran Turismo, we're talking shit freely to a room of 16 people.
Like COD lobbies.
Yeah.
But now sport, you can't do that either no more.
Yeah.
So it's like
it took,
that's another thing that
really?
kills it.
It took off. You can't do group party things.
That's where you're friends. We just talk shit.
Why they took that? Yeah. Why they took that off? Somebody offended somebody or some shit.
Much offense in the world.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anytime
soft.
all us niggas, I don't give a shit.
Wow, that's
right.
That's crazy, man.
But oh my god, I can't believe he said that.
Yeah.
It's so rude.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, Japanese. If you put Jap in there, they that shit gets they'll fucking like they'll email you and that shit like, hey, don't put that in there and shit. So you can't put Jap like JAP. Yeah, you know the whole war shit and everything.
They cleared all of that shit out. Yeah. So now you can't freely go make friends. The how I've been making friends on the set of course is we go in there, it's super silent, nobody's talking, but the racing,
antisocial and shit.
Yeah, because nobody's there's no. But if you stay on somebody's ass and they're like they respect your shit, then you might see a message come across. Then you friend,
right?
And then you. But it ain't nothing like talking shit. Period to 16 other people in the room. You know,
like you meet guys instantly like that. Like I remember when there was GT5 and then the groups the stuff and everything. Man, people are just rolling in the lobby, man, and like I meet you like kind of like you go in a group a lobby full of guys and like you generally leave with like 2 people you fuck with after that, and you just keep adding them and keep adding them, and then like you got a crew of people. And then, you know, of course, like a lot of guys, life happens. They so a lot of guys like, oh, you remember me from that? Like, yeah, I remember you and shit because he was like fast. He was doing a 360 entry and all that shit, man. So it's pretty cool. I think it's a step back to where it was. Of course, the number series, GT Sport was what it was, man. I think people just got too fixed on what it wasn't. I'm like, it already said in the beginning what GT Sport was going to be. So don't expect it to be a numbered series. Now we're back in the numbers, so we're going to get back. We're going to get back to the normal program again. So I'm looking forward to it. And again, it's crazy, man. We're like I said, it's February 7th here in Japan, 6th there, and so we March 4th. Yep, I don't think we're going to get a pushback because they want to release that video if they're going to push it back.
We're thinking that they're going to.
I'm hoping
because there was supposed to be video release. Right. On a certain day last week, and then all of a sudden Polyphony canceled it, and everybody's like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, just waiting for it. Yeah.
Then they said, "Nah, we doing our own shit." State of Play came out, and it was like, "Oh, they did their thing. Like they took control of their narrative and did their whole presentation how they wanted to do it." I thought that was pretty dope.
No E3 shit, none of that stuff. Then that's cool, man. I'm still trying to, man. One thing I'll say about fucking PD, man, is they keep their community contact shit like they listen to the thing, they listen to the people now by Twitter and all that stuff, but you can't fucking contact them. I'm like, look, man, I'm in Japan, I got a pro shop, I'm a pro level drifter, and this shit all started off of GT1, man. Y'all got to collab with me, so I'm like, I'm here. Yeah. I can go. I was just in Tokyo 24 hours ago, so I can do this shit all day. So I'm trying to like get something set up, man, because of course. It'll benefit people I know, and if they could do like, hey, well, how many guys do you actually know that actually got real cars and do real shit as a result, and they play Gran Turismo? So I'm just looking to include my circle in there and stuff like that, but it is kind of hard to contact, so it is what it is and that stuff, man. But again, hey guys, man, thanks for the time, man. I don't want to, hold you. I know it's getting late out there where you guys at. I gotta actually get to work because it's Monday, 12 o'clock, 12:30 here.
Yeah, I gotta get ready. My dang self.
Yeah, man. So I know Eleanor over there got to get the LS1 swapped over there in that Fox body.
Bronx.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So we get all that. So again, guys, it was I was expecting to be a bunch of people, but I'm not LZ, so I'm not gonna get a room full of people yet. And that's actually cool. I don't want this was a good group, and we got all OGs in there, man. So the guys who are younger out there listening and watching it, man, like just take it for what it is. Like, I mean, again. This is Gran Turismo 7. I played part 1 back in 97. So, dude, there's a lot of shit that's happened since then. If you don't see what you want on the first day, just guarantee that it's going to come out, or not. Or just go play Forza or play fucking Ridge Racer or something like that. So, it is.
And then keep drifting and bro, drop and go and do it for real. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, that was something I was going to say just real quick.
Go.
I cannot attribute how, and I'm not by any means patting myself on the back, but had I not met y'all and started playing this game more seriously and then got into my sim rig, I would not be able to drive to the limit that I do today, which is, like I said, not the greatest driver in the world, but I could consistently put down the same type of laps all the time. And you just don't realize, just for the sheer muscle memory and learning, if you can learn good habits on a sim, how well it translates when you actually sit in a car.
Yeah.
And it's cool that it's not, you pull off the trailer and you're not rusty.
Right.
You don't need up laps.
Right.
It's let's go from lap 1 to lap 25.
Because we talked about that, Lex. We talked about that about 3 podcasts ago. The reason why it's like that is because even though like the game shit is getting so good, like your brain is still sending off the same fucking commands that you would do if you were sitting in your car at the paddock. You're just physically doing it and feeling the G's. And only that's why again we talked about too. Lex brought up the thing about when he's on not Laguna but Willow Springs, and when the sun hits your arm on a VR, your
brain translates that warmth in your body, and you don't got sun on you. You in a goddamn room with a fan on,
right.
But you feel that because you before, and your body's just plugging in the little things. Like
I wish porn was like that though. Just off the
it just helps you, man. It just helps you not be rusty. You can pull it off the trailer and you don't have those jitters because your excitement is like, oh, I'm gonna get busy right now. And then when you jump in there, you're not wasting tires. You don't, tires are expensive. My boy driving a big V8. So your tires are expensive. How the game has changed. You want all the grip now. So you're spending on some good tires and you don't have no warm-ups and mistakes going on. Not too frequently. And your lines and your laps just get better and better throughout the day from a good starting point. You don't start off in the bottom of the barrel and fucking up, and then by the end of the day you're killing it. It's like I'm starting off pretty good. I'm really good by the end of the day, and this
shit works, man. Like this shit works because just like in the video I put out a couple years, 3 years ago when I went to Tsukuba for the first time, I did thousands of laps of Tsukuba, man, and I'm not sure if you've seen that episode or that video, Andrew Trigger, but I'm at Tsukuba. But I was looking on the video and there was no clean in-car videos. Japanese have a documentation problem where they do cool shit, but they don't have forums. They don't really just start doing YouTube, and that shit's lame because it looks just like their TV with shit all over the screen.
Right.
And so I was like, hey Lex, could you send me a video of you playing with a Subaru on Tsukuba? I'm sitting outside the track looking at the fucking Tsukuba wall, and I'm watching fucking a video of a game, and then I go out there the next day and I'm running laps around GTRs and shit with a Subaru truck, stock turbo, but it was lightened and suspension was all dialed and everything, and I'm running around the track. They told me, hey, watch out because the car looked like it only used to look like shit, you know what I mean, compared to the GTRs, NSXs or whatever. They was like, we're gonna watch you because maybe something's gonna fall off. I'm like, dude, no, not only did nothing fall off, I didn't go off the track. And I was lapping motherfuckers whose cars cost $20,000 more than mine. And that was based off Lex's video, man. Just being able to see the space and everything and the breaking points and everything. And I'm watching the game. And that's where we at with it. And people who said don't work, look at the motherfuckers, the GT Academy guys, proof in the pudding. Forza ain't doing that. Project Cars ain't doing that.
Think of it like today. It is February.
Right.
I did go outside and definitely temperatures dropped below 30, 32 last night because it was ice all over the cars and everything. Sonoma is behind a hill, so the track is in shadows till about 9 o'clock, right? First session was 8 a.m. Luckily, I was late and I didn't get to the first session. Huge crash. Didn't matter. I only got one lap.
Was that the guy we was talking about offline?
No, this was the other guy.
Okay.
9 a.m., second session, which is my first session. Huge crash down turn 6. Ripping suspension, brakes, wheels, body apart, just sitting on the straightaway. And I'm just like, damn, that's crazy. I didn't get a full session in, whereas I broke the lap record for the RX-8s, was my very first session. But it's because, and that was brand new tires. They hadn't even been scrubbed in either. But it's because I was like, oh, let me get on some sim racing this week and sharpen myself up because I know I'm rusty. I haven't been doing a lot of driving. I've been doing more riding.
Right.
You go out there and it's just like, all right, I know my way around the track. Let me go around this track fast. And in my very first session, my second lap out, I broke that record. seventh lap of that same session, I broke the record again. So it's like,
and on that gig, because we spoke on that beginning, man. What record was that?
So RX-8s, not race cars, but RX-8s on tire, suspension, and whatever mods, right? In the class of Speed SF, it's known as the S4 class. So S4 class, you get a couple of points. You get some points for the chassis, a couple of points for tires, suspension, whatever mods. So anyway, RX-8s are not fast cars, right? Fun, so all lap time, they're fun. Yeah. So all the lap times have been held by this guy with a little bit of power, cage. It's kind of lightened. He had race slicks on. They're racing tires. They, weren't DOTs, and he has suspension. Me, I just have exhaust, lightened, suspension, and tire. There's really no power. But that lap time, I'm like, I know this is doable because I've visually seen how fast that lap time goes on the game.
Right.
I can go that, and that's what I think is really cool about sim racing. I can go that exact lap time on the game without pushing it. And then when I go faster, I'd be like, nah, I don't know. Am I just going faster because it's the game, because I'm super comfortable with it? Let me not even prepare myself for that kind of lap. Let me just stay right at this realm. I went and did that lap time 2 seconds fast, or a second and a half faster. And it was like, damn, I still didn't feel like I was pushing the car, because there's still places I think like, I'm kind of going fast. I know how it can go bad in the real world. Like the guy that I bought the car from, I just went faster than he went in the car. He was like, yo, you're not leaving any money on the table. You're going fast. And I'm like, nah, I think I could pick up in 2 different places. I'm going no lift through there. I want to go flat out. Like, I just want to, like, I don't want to pull back some throttle. I just want to stay flat out. And he's like, I don't know if that's possible, but I'm in the driver's seat like, this is way possible.
Yeah, because you're feeling it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not even turning it hard. And I backed out just a little bit. And I'm like, damn, I didn't even go from apron to apron. Pussy. But the time was, going fast. So I'm like, all right, cool. But that's what sim racing does. Repetitively, I've visually seen how that lap looks, how a very fast lap looks. I've visually seen how the class record looks. I just need to do that myself. And you get to the point where you kind of be like, all right, fuck what can happen.
Yeah.
Let me see how fast this motherfucker can go. And you get in the groove, man. Shit. And I always get in these battles in these races. I'll send you some footage from it.
Yeah.
Me battling ZL1. This slow ass RX-8 shouldn't be battling no ZL1. You know what I'm saying? The driver came talk to me after. He said, "Yo, that was insane."
Bro, that's not gonna change.
I was going, yeah, motherfucker, yeah, that's how you supposed to race. And he just saw the glove and he thought I was cussing him out. I said, no, I was hyped. I was hella hyped. He said, dude, your car, you're going so fast through this section. He was like, it's tough to get by you. I'm like, well, that's the point.
Yeah.
At many nights, Drew's got a car so fucking fast, I'm trying to just stay in front of him. You know what I'm saying? So that it's like, if I can go just fast enough that he can't pass me in this spot, the rest of the track is cool. I just got to keep making it here first, and that just went in right there today. I battled a couple of Beamers that were race cars. I battled the ZL1. It was just fun. It's just like, dude, this is great. This is what I get from the sim racing culture. So when I go do it in real life, it's like score one for the geeks, because we're changing the world of racing from sim racing. There's really real racers getting out there. There's really average, everyday blue collar dudes working at banks, construction workers, whatever. But when they sim race, they get out there and
banker right here.
Yeah, we're really out there. We could be mild-mannered and geeking at the house, but we can get out on the track and be like, God damn, cuz is going crazy.
Yeah.
Be like, yeah. Be like, yeah, but I only get to get out here once a month and do this. Well, how do you stand so sharp? I got a sim rig right behind me at the crib. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then they're, oh damn, so you game? I game, but I sim race though. Like it's a different thing.
Yeah, it's a different. There's a big difference, man. It's like if you're playing Grand Theft Auto, you're not gonna be that tight at Tsukuba. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a different thing, man. Different stuff, man. But overall, man, I think overall, man, gaming. Of course, it's a GT7 theme, and I've definitely been in the description. We talked about different games and stuff like that, but I think overall gaming is definitely bridged the gap and everything. One thing, me being a combat guy, actually being in Iraq, getting shot at and everything. The Call of Duty stuff, man. Like unless you're actually there, I don't care how much you run your squad, you can't get placed into a sales unit like the dude did on a fucking James Dean boy. He drove his car and that thing got a bunch. I didn't watch it yet. The sim racer driving a drift car, and it got And I didn't watch it yet, but I'll check it out.
Bro, that's like my son.
Right.
My son jumps in this shit. And I've been in the back roads with my son
in
both the RAs, and he's fucking jamming. But then people are looking like, this one dork they'll say, he's not old enough to be on the road.
No shit.
So what? He's better than if you were 17 and you had your license, but you just been driving.
He must have know Takami. So.
Yeah, but funky though, right?
Yeah.
Your license don't mean anything.
Yeah.
That just means you have a license.
Yeah.
My son is a driver. He's not a licensed driver. You're a licensed driver, but not a good driver.
Right.
Who's supposed to be on the road?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the motorcycle thing. My son is a good rider. He's not a licensed rider. So, yeah, he's got to do it under supervision, right? But, bro, he's getting all of this shit from these games.
Right.
And then I'd be like, all right, go outside and do this and do that. And then if he takes direction good, because he knows this is real life, you can't restart this. So don't make no mistakes. When I crashed this RX-7, I told him, I said, this is an awesome lesson. You see how much money this cost me? You see how long I had to work to get the car right back to how it was 2 days before I crashed it. And that's what a mistake looks like.
Yeah.
Don't make
that shit's only gonna get worse as you go. Fortunately, as we all get to the point where we get better at it, we don't crash as much. But then now when you do crash, that's just blown apart now. There's no more fender benders and shit. That's just like it's pretty much total now. If I crash a drift car now at the speed I'm going, third, fourth gear, sometimes fifth, it's like that's a whole new that's a chassis swap, man. That shit's fucked. So you know what I mean, it's pretty. You know, the perk, but you know, it comes with the game. I just got into Andrew and Trigger. I just got into motorcycles, dirt bikes like 9 months ago. Now I got 10 bikes now, and I'm riding every week, and now I'm jumping shit and shit I wasn't doing 10 months ago. Now I'm riding.
Watching Lex on the motorcycle.
Yeah. Well, let me correct myself because I got dirt bikes. I ain't got street bikes. So I got a 450 is the biggest CC I got, but still RMZ 450 is, you know, that'll fuck you up. But
that's it.
But yeah, man, I'm just enjoying myself on that and taking a break from cars a little bit mentally, and being new at something else has been fun. And when the guys figure out I'm a pro level drifter, then they're like, well, how you new at this? I'm like, well, I'm just adding on. You know what I mean? It's new shit. But my mindset of being a pro level drifter, I'm getting better than these guys already because they don't prep, they don't wash their bikes, they don't change oil, they don't check their tire chain tension and like shit that they should be doing as experienced riders. They're not doing. So it's like I'm already ahead of you guys already because I'm doing that. My bike works, my forks are bled and shit like that. So it's been fun. And I know Drew and Trigger, you guys into bikes at all?
I haven't. I don't have one now, but I used to ride dirt bikes and actually go to motocross tracks a lot, and so I have some background.
Okay, I got you.
So I completely understand what you're talking about.
Yeah, I just got into it, man. I've always seen it, but now that I ride, it's like a whole different respect, man. Like being able to 10 minutes around a track and my arms are fucking pumped up, and my legs hurt, and I'm like, fuck, bro. And when a bike falls over, I can pick that shit up normally. But when you're tired, that bitch feels like 500 pounds, man. And you're in dirt, you're off cambered. Yeah. You got to go backwards. And I no shit, Drew, I almost fucking my first time I had a big track, I almost passed out because I stalled the bike on I fucking tried to change gears, stalled the bike, and I was right at almost the top of the face. And I was like, all right, well, fuck it, let me push up the hill. This is a 125. And dude, it was hot as fuck. I didn't think to just turn around and go back down the fucking hill. I didn't think about that. I was like, nah, I can't. This is a flow of traffic and car shit. It was me and like 6 other dudes out there, so it wasn't 40 bikes out there. And I was like, I learned shit quick out there, man. Just cover that clutch and don't try to whiskey throttle. That's just pretty much it, man.
Yeah.
With the Trigger, you do bikes at all?
Well, watching Lex, I'm getting interested.
Yeah.
But back in the day, it was more of BMX, mountain biking.
BMX too.
I did a little bit of scootering, but not too much. I rode a dirt bike a couple of times, slid out from under me. I never got back on it again.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, this was on the roll on the street while doing dumb stuff back when we were younger. So it was like, no, I'm not scared of it, but I am willing to get back on. I just haven't had the chance to get back on. So it was like,
that shit definitely. That's just definitely. I think I impressed a lot of guys already in the dirt bike community because I went into a we call this called a whip or whatever, and I've seen it a bunch of times, but when I actually got sideways, I didn't know what the fuck to do to bring it back around. And I fucking just crashed sideways in the bottom part of the jump. And I laid on the ground for like a couple of seconds, got back up, and I did about 5 more laps. And I came in, they were like, man, we thought you were going to quit. I'm like, nah, man. I'm like, bro, I expect to fall. Like if James Stewart and Ricky Carmichael and all these guys are fucking falling and flipping, like, what the fuck you think you're going to do? You're going to fall. For sure, man.
No, you're going to fall for sure. You gotta keep in mind that, hey, there's a chance that I'm gonna fall and fuck some shit up.
Yeah.
And I've learned to just let go. Just let it go. Yeah. It's gonna happen. Yeah. Whatever happens, it's gonna happen. Let it go and let it happen. Forget it.
It'd be a long time.
Nature's gonna take its course.
Yeah. But hey, guys, again, man, because I gotta get to. I got my delivery guy just pulled up, my Scarface cameras here and everything. And again, man, thank you guys for joining the party, man. Definitely, probably next time we probably do this again after it comes out. Get about a month in playing. We all play it collectively and then kind of weigh in on what we thought it was going to be. Because again, man, I don't want to. That's actually people think we're going to sit here and project what it is. Like, hey, man, the shit's going to be what it is. We're going to buy it. We already reserved it, and we're going to play it and then see how it is. So again, guys out there again to listen and watch. Thank you for checking out the time and everything. I just want to get on this while it's hot, get some views, hopefully. And just give you our thoughts of, again, I didn't know who was going to join today, but again, it's myself, Trigger, Andrew, Lex. We're all been in the game for a long time. We're OGs of this of the series, so you get an OG perspective on a new game. New guys who when I talk to and they say, "Oh, I started at 5," I'm like, God damn, you need to go back. You need to go back in time, and you need to, because you're privileged right now. You need to go back in time and understand the growth, the progression, because they can't appreciate it because they don't know how it was, and so the visually, the graphics, we've seen it all, man. So it's the
2-bit graphics like it was back in the day.
Yeah, somebody posted the trees the other day. I'm like, dude, come on, bro.
The motherfucker turning like this, bro.
Yeah. So the trees are 3D now. They're not like the little matchbox and shit like that. So. But at the same time, man, it's going to be pluses and pros and cons. Again, PC is a lot more power. The PS5 and the Xbox are getting up there, but they still are a little bit behind the PCs now as far as being able to go to a bigger graphics card or a bigger power supply and max everything out. So you're still always going to be limited, unfortunately, with that stuff, man. But again, guys out there, thank you for tuning in for the podcast. Be sure to like, subscribe, and all that stuff. Definitely look out for this the next time because you're probably gonna see these guys in here and want to impart your knowledge on it. But just definitely follow along. One thing before we get out here, Trigger. I know you mentioned Trigger Media, Trigger.media on Instagram. What's your PlayStation tag? PSN.
PlayStation tag is Trigger /120.
Trigger slash 120.
TRIGGA _ 120.
All right, cool. I'll get that from you. And then Andrew, what's your social media stuff in your PSN?
So PSN is Eleanor
Oh, look at this fucking
6589.
guy, man. He's like fancy as shit, man.
Yeah, and let's see. This is Instagram.
All right,
So
cool. That's
Put
is
away.
that's like inside of Skype. You doing that?
yeah, it's
see,
a chat
I
feature.
could tell you be on those little meetings with your pants off and shit, man, doing crazy shit.
Yeah.
You're advanced.
Tickling is tickling.
But all right, like, and then of course Lex is Lex _ King _ 24, and then man, what's your, just so people know your PSN handle, Lex?
Shut you the fuck up, FC
Yeah,
or Lex.
I was like, it's STYF _ guy, like, yeah, but
AKA shit.
there we go. Trigger.media. And then we'll put that stuff in there. And that's pretty cool, man. So again, guys, thank you for tuning in for this podcast. Again, Andrew, Trigger, thank you guys for tuning in. Lex, as always, thank you for tuning in. It's going to be Donnie sign off from Masao, Japan. And we will see you guys after. We'll come back again. I'll do this again after the game, about a month or so. Let it get in. Let us beat up the game a little bit and then come back. So we'll do this again. So again, guys, be safe out there. Eat your Flintstones. You don't need COVID shots to eat Flintstone vitamins, and just be good out there.
Straight oranges and orange juice,
yeah,
baby.
Straight orange, man. And also have to get a bottle of Robitussin. That shit's pretty.
I have not gotten sick this whole.
Don't eat the yellow snow.
Stuff,
yeah,
I ain't worried about it.
yeah. I mean, to me, I ain't been sick here the whole time. I've been fatigue sick, but I haven't been COVID sick the whole time. I took about 8 tests. And I've been negative on all of them, so I'm good. And I ain't
all I've had is a tooth infection. That was it, and I got that tooth removed, so we're good.
Andrew, you had COVID. you had COVID, right?
Yeah, I've had it twice.
Dang.
I actually got it the first year, and then I got it again.
Yeah, I remember you. I seen you
2 months ago.
Yeah, I seen you. Damn, man, that shit. And Lex had it, so we 2 for 2 here. So 2 of us didn't have it.
I just needed it one time. They tried to kill me. Said I don't need it no more.
Yeah.
Even on my picture this afternoon, I had my mask on.
Yeah.
No more. I
Bro, I make people back up because I work in the worst spots ever.
Yeah.
And it's like, nah, you're not shaking my hand, bro. You might as well go that way. I don't play that shaking in my hand stuff no more. I give you the elbow or nice deuce.
Yeah, but it is cool that we got right going on right there, man. You changed the whole background right there.
What is that?
Lex, you changed it or?
No, I don't know what's happening.
That's wild.
I did that.
Oh, what
yeah.
the hell?
We're in Yosemite. We're in Yosemite Park or some shit right now.
Together mode has been enabled for this call. Oh,
that's dope right there. It's like.
gang out here in the woods, bro.
It's like, hey, man. Hey man, it's only we're in the woods, man. You got 2 black guys in the woods with Andrew, man. They don't look too good, man.
Wow.
Something don't add up.
Yeah, something don't add up, man.
Yeah, no.
It's in the car somewhere, yo. This is hella funny.
Yeah, this don't look right, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not like that.
Yeah.
It's what Timberland be doing on Beat Club. They be sitting in spaceships and shit all on Beat Club. That's hella funny.
Yeah. Right, hey, that's actually dope as shit to sign off on that right there, man. So I'm gonna see you guys later, man. Donnie sign off from Masao, Japan. See you guys later. Peace.